Boom. We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special live of Q Square. We're live tonight covering the case of Daniel Robinson, 24-year-old Daniel Robinson, who went missing out of Buckeye, Arizona on June 23rd of 2021. Our continued coverage of this case continues tonight with a very special live, and I'm very excited for everyone because it's very special. This is a very special case we've been covering. So I want to welcome everyone. Welcome. Lorraine Hay, Gwen Thomas, D Love. Welcome. All right. So with that said, you know what time it is. Welcome. All right, people are coming in. That is good. Well, y'all know what time it is. Let's go to work.
Bam. Just continue to watch. That's all.
And we went in there. I could tell.
Q Square.
It's time to get to it, them people need us. No rhyme or reason, we leaders. It never matter the season. Every Wednesday we meet. Justice is what we seeking. Come in and just have a seat and just listen to what we speaking. We be rocking all through the weekend. Them trollers, we never see them. We doing this our freedom. Doing shots and pimping, we eat them. A doubter to a believer. My people never deceive us. I'm rocking them double Q, and you know that I'm with my people. It ain't hard to do the math. What the realest, so you know that you can have. It's Q Square. Every damn case we try to crack, we take a lot of feedback from the chat. You know it's Q Square. It ain't a secret, and you know just where we at. You know it's Q Square. That's John Q, Miss Q. It's a wrap.
Q Square.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the realest podcast on YouTube.
Number 1, Q Square.
We got Miss Q Carlock
This is Q.
and Mr. John
Q holding it down.
You hear something come from Q's mouth, and you say Q said it. Period.
Let's get it.
Y'all know what time it is, right? Let's do it.
It's time to go to work. Break it down.
Q2.
Period.
Let me see them 8 balls. I need to see them blocks. Put them in the chat.
All right.
Hey now. We up in here. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine, John. How you doing?
I'm good. Had a little nap today and then got right back up.
Yeah, me too. Woke up to something interesting this morning, so it cut my sleep a little bit, but I'll get back to it.
Okay. Hey, we got some people in the house. Shout them out.
Who's up in
Yes.
here? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Now, I'm in StreamYard, so it looks a little different. Let me start from where I can see. Lorraine is in the house. You might have sent some of these.
Lorraine.
Yes, Miss Gwen Thomas. Dear Love is in the house. Leslie B. Gymnastics 101. Jenica is in the house. MJ, Patricia Bond. Did I say Patricia? I don't think so. Kathleen Logan is in our house tonight. Miss Lorraine Mohammed is in the house. How come I can't see any more names on StreamYard?
I don't know.
I got to get into YouTube. That's all I can see. Miss Lorraine Mohammed is the last name I can see it.
Okay. So
5:35. Hello,
Okay.
beautiful people. And of course, my
Yes,
fur baby
hello.
wants to talk. Hold on, I'm going to mute for a second, John.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome everyone back tonight for an exclusive live regarding the Daniel Robinson case that we've been covering back to back, and we're closing in on that timeline, most certainly. And tonight we're going to be actually discussing the case with Mr. Robinson as soon as he's able to get with us, and go over what he's been able to accomplish, what he's been able to learn so far since he has been there since June 26th of 2021, when he had found out that he couldn't get in contact with his son, and then had to file a missing persons report with the Buckeye Police Department out of Buckeye, Arizona.
What a day.
And he has been pursuing all and every aspect of trying to find his son, who happens to be a scientist and a field geologist for one of the southwestern water well companies out in Buckeye, Arizona.
Yeah, Matrix New World.
Yes. So if you've been with us in our case coverage, we've done some deep dives like we did just last night. We did a 5-hour deep dive into the details of the case and shared with you as much as we've been able to find out and get from our review and information from the case. So this has been very interesting and extraordinary, to say the least.
Yeah. And I mean, we still just, I hope, excuse me, I hope that he's gotten some updates since he got back from the holidays, something from Buckeye Police Department, because it's so much gray area after all this time that's really kind of ticking me off. It's just too much that we don't know. And they had a lot, you know what I mean? They had a lot to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as evidence goes, we should hear about some metadata. We should hear about some DNA, some swabbing, the airbags. I remember Jeff saying they were checking the airbags to see if there was any DNA on them or something like that. It's time for some updates, Buckeye. Come on. Or did y'all drop the ball and not process that scene? Which one?
Yeah, well, today, as far as what we've been able to learn, Mr. Robinson is out doing a city search with a special group that he was able to assemble, and that's going to be interesting information to get from him as to how that went and if they were able to learn anything from that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Something. Well, thank everybody for being here. I know there's a couple of lives going on. It's been some smoke in the city. Been a little drama in these YouTube streets, so y'all know how it goes. The drama will definitely pull the viewers away from the shit that matters. Let's just keep it real. But the replay will be here for them. So we're going to do what we do regardless. And I'm going to ask those of you that did make it to hit that share, hit that like, and help spread the awareness, because Daniel needs it. He needs you.
Absolutely. So before we begin getting into the details of tonight's live discussion with Mr. Robinson, I wanted to also share with you the thumbnail cover that was used for last night's live as well as tonight's live. And I want to give full credit towards another YouTube channel, excellent channel that's been covering the case, and it's called the Grizzly True Crime out of the Netherlands.
I still haven't made it over there. I got to get over there.
Yeah, so we've been corresponding and wanted to make sure that we kept the lines of communication nice and tight because I believe that they're doing an excellent job. Gisela and the Grizzlies over on her channel, and she's been so kind enough to allow us to share her thumbnail along with maybe a little bit of content we may share. But one thing I will do is share with you her channel,
Yeah.
and we can do that.
Yeah, because I ain't get my butt over there yet, just yet.
You didn't take your butt over there yet.
I got
Okay.
to get over there. I swear, I'm knee deep in this marathon. Y'all don't understand. I'm reliving it, and it's crazy. I've been on day 4 for like 2 days.
Oh
John,
my goodness, yeah.
that was
That's a lot of work.
day. No, it was a long, yes, it's a lot of work, but it was a long day. Like every time we left somebody's panel, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for day 5. Nope, we still on day 4. We just hit like 3 or 4 panels a day. We were monsters, crazy good monsters.
Oh
I
my
think they call them
goodness.
beasts in the street. We were beasts
Beast
out
in
there.
the street. Okay.
Yeah, we did that. It's gonna be fun.
Wow. Yeah.
So I haven't been to the Grizzlies yet. That's why, though. Take
Yeah,
us
but
there.
she's got a great channel that's got loads and loads of true crime case content,
Awesome.
and she's covering cases, and the Grizzlies are covering cases like you would not believe. You know, from the Gabby Petito case, the believe it's the Delphi case.
Mm-hmm.
She was just on this afternoon covering the Evansdale murders,
Awesome.
and she was able to get, interestingly, covering the Daniel Robinson case. She was
Oh,
able to write a letter,
I see that.
and she was able to get a response from Buckeye police. And
Oh,
she
what
was
did
able
they
to,
say?
yeah, she was able to get a posting of it today.
Okay.
And it is listed right here on her channel. So we'll
Which
be able
one? The
to maybe talk
1 minute one?
a little bit about that. Yeah, the 1 minute one.
Because
And
she called response to my email. Okay.
I said, great. So she wrote a very powerful 2-page letter to the
Mm-hmm.
chief of police of Buckeye Police, and using very, very, eloquent, very compelling and compassionate language. And she was able to get a response, and she was able to do a response video today to give all of her folks an update as to what the Buckeye Police Department had said. So
Beautiful.
it's good news. It is good
Yeah.
news, and I'm glad she was
Okay.
able to share that. And
Okay. We
so,
stalling out. We stalling out on that for Daniel. I mean, for David. You stalling out on it because you ain't clicking it. You just telling. You be driving me crazy with. I'm on edge. Like I want to know. What is she saying?
yeah, we're gonna hold it for David. We're gonna
Okay.
hold it for David.
Okay.
Yes, we're gonna hold it for David. Yeah,
I
we
told you
can't.
I'm reliving the marathon. You've been stalling me out all day long, John. I'm sick of your shit.
Yes,
Okay.
so
All right.
yeah, so I was able to take a
Clean
look
looking
at it,
page.
and yeah, it is absolutely awesome. Awesome. She does fabulous work. She does deep dives and everything. So
Beautiful.
yeah, so if you're not subscribed to her page,
Can we drop
please
the link, you
subscribe.
guys, for what's
Yes,
it called? Grizzly True Crime? Can we
yes.
drop it so I can click it real quick, y'all? I'm on my
Oh
son's
yeah.
laptop. I'm not logged
Well,
in
you
properly.
see my subscription tab is pushed. The bell is
I
on,
know. Let me
and
see that. I
anytime
might
she
have
goes
did it.
live, oh yeah,
Let me
yeah,
go do it. Let
definitely.
me get on my other computer. What is it? Grizzly True Crime. Okay.
Yes, and
Let
it'll
me go
pop
ahead
right up,
and
and it's got the grizzly bear
crime.
icon there.
Let's
And
see.
major shout out to Grizzly True Crimes for doing excellent work on
Here we
covering
go.
not only the Daniel Robinson case, but
Thank you, Leslie.
the other cases that have been posted on the website. She's got a sensational playlist that covers all the cases in chronological order. And
Beautiful.
so to really get into the depths of a case, you'll
Mhm.
find it very user-friendly and easy to navigate her page.
Yeah, it looks really
So
good.
much
Really
love
cool.
to Gisela. Yeah,
Awesome.
really good and definitely
Much love.
eye-catching. Eye-catching.
Yeah, yeah, you can tell it's just well kept. I like that. MJ
Hmm.
said, I just emailed Mr. Robinson. Ed from the Unfound podcast is willing to help. That's awesome. Yes. Come on, come all. Get that man on your channel. Get him up there. Let him talk about his son to your people. Let them know. Everybody, we are calling you. We put out the call to action last night. Let's get it. What up, boss
Absolutely.
man?
Yeah,
Boss
we
man's in
got
the
people.
house.
Yes, we got people coming in. Very good.
Yeah, I went ahead and shared, and I know a few more people did. I know y'all did. I know you did. Keep it up.
Yes,
Keep
definitely.
it up.
Share. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Oh, wait. Somebody, Robin B said, good evening, John QQ and Miss Q Carlock, listening from Indiana. Be safe on East Coast with snowfall. Warm from West Coast, too. Yeah, that's John over there with that snow, Robin. I'm chilling.
Yeah, yeah.
Chilling.
We did get some snow early this morning,
Mm-mm.
and it gave a nice dusting.
And I ain't got
And
not one picture this winter. You said you were going to take pictures of
oh
the
no,
picture.
I am, but I'm going to capture the real snow you want to see.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you
Got
no
you for
light
that.
flurry flakes on top of cars and everything. Heck, you can
Well, look
we
now.
can get on the internet and watch pictures of that. No.
Oh, I can get real snow, but you gonna give me a damn ring in the bathtub, huh? Because I told you I've been listening to that marathon. You said some slick stuff during those 10 days. Don't tell me you gonna step out the tub and there's my ring, okay?
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
Got a
when am I
smart
going to get
mouth.
my ring? That's right. As soon as I step out this tub, I'll give you a ring.
But I get real snow, at least that.
Yeah,
I'll take
definitely.
it.
Definitely.
Oh my God. -11. What is that, Anna? That can't be a real temperature. Where were you? Where are you? It was -11 for half the day where Anna is. Jesus. Oh my God.
Wow.
I
Well,
would move.
we're at 15 degrees up here right now.
Oh Lord. That's why you ain't send me no picture. You don't want to discourage me because I ain't never gonna see you in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's 15 right now, but it's clear. It's clear. There's no snow on the ground, but it's just
Jeez.
cold.
Yeah, you
It's just
breathe
cold.
out and your breath just freezes in midair, right?
Mm,
Oh
mm.
my
Oh
God.
yeah, you could see your breath and everything.
Mm-mm. You can have that. 7 inches of snow, Charlene. Good Lord. Good Lord. Y'all can have that. Eastern Tennessee. That's why I like the West Coast. It really is. I really like it. Except for the dang earthquakes that Cali has. I think I'll stay on the West Coast forever. Oh, crap. We got some porn in there. Somebody. Oh, shoot. I lost my screen. Hold on. Watch out for the spammers, moderators, please.
Oh yeah, Randy's on the case. Randy's on the
Thank you,
case.
Randy. Randy was having computer trouble, so I didn't know. Okay, good. Thank you, Randy. Hi, Sherry. Good evening. T. Sophia. Did we miss anybody that slipped in? Look at Boss Man, 30 minutes late. Hey, Boss Man. I spoke to you hours ago. Not for real. Not for real. It's just a couple minutes. I'm all
Before
snappy.
we let me take this down before we begin the next screen share.
Okay.
Wanted to
Tanya M. That's who I didn't speak to. Sorry. Hi, Tanya. She gave us
yes,
a very
yes.
sweet compliment, John, earlier. She said, y'all just the most caring people. It warms my heart. And hello, everyone in chat. Thank you, baby.
That's right.
Go ahead, John.
I need to pack a bag.
Who
Miss
said
Anna.
that?
Miss Anna said I need to pack my bags.
Girl, you need to relocate completely. Just leave everything, okay? -11, they don't want you there. The Mother Nature is kicking you out, in my mind.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. What you got, John?
Oh, no, I just wanted to just take a quick moment. I needed to get my coffee cup out of the kitchen real quick.
Oh, do your thizzle.
Okay.
Do your thizzle. I was over here cleaning my room and stuff before. I said, let me just try to knock this out before this live and clean up, rearrange. You got to take all the rugs out, sweep them. And I don't know why I got so many damn rugs. I just use the floor. Just extra work. Anyway, it feels nice in here. It feels really nice. Your computer keeps freezing, Randy? Uh-oh. Dang. Wonder what's up. Might need to just do a little clean, or don't be like me and never power it off. I kind of got fussed at like a week ago. My friend's like, yeah, you have to turn it off sometimes. I'm like, no, I can't turn it off because I always got multiple projects going on my computer. And I don't know, seems like too much like right to just save it and come back later. So I leave everything open so I can jump in when I want to. Apparently, computers need sleep, and you do need to power them down. It's really good every night, but at least I guess once a week. So there's your IT lesson. Hi, yep, another Maria. We got another pornography link in here. Y'all, we don't want none. We promise. Y'all can have that. We know where to find it. This is the internet. It's hard looking at StreamYard because it's like weird. You don't get to see everything, so I feel like I'm missing something. Let me get you guys on my other laptop. Cute. Now he gonna make me have to go get some darn cappuccino. Everybody share this. Everybody like this. We want to say Daniel's name as much as humanly possible. We need him in the algorithm. Thank you, Randy. Another thing, thank you, Leslie. Anyone in here who is interested in moderating for John or myself? Matter of fact, let me get you guys the link. I'm going to put the link in the chat for the moderator video. Check it out and just drop me an email. Or drop John an email if you want to be on John's. If you want to do Q Squared, just hit us up. We are going to want to add a few more. Our mods are growing up, and some of them, to be honest, have just vanished with I think everything that happened with the marathon. People got shifty. So even though we never did anything wrong, we lost subs, we lost mods, we lost associates because people believed what they chose to believe. They'll probably come around when they realize they were wrong, and we ain't tripping. But we need to staff up.
Yeah, nonetheless, they'll leave us alone.
Yeah, for sure.
They see that we're people of serious business when it comes to doing our kind of work.
Right.
And
Randy said, "Can I mod for you too?" I don't know, Randy. What skills and qualifications do you have?
Yes, please forward your resume to the email address listed below.
Exactly, with a photo.
Yes,
photo.
and we've updated our systems to include blood type and fingerprints.
Yeah, exactly. You damn near got to be like that with the moderators, because moderators, some people downplay it. I've heard people even be like, "It's just a wrench," but it's really not. You're giving people a portion of control of your channel. So you do need to trust them, and they do need to be I'm going to say aligned with your goals and your channel, period. So it matters to me a lot. Ones I haven't seen in a while, or if I see him, I don't see him in my premieres and stuff, but I see you moderating and doing your thing in other places. It's all good. I'm not mad, but you will not come back to a wrench in my home, because I have to work really hard when my mods aren't there, because we drop links, we do petitions, we're doing merch, we're spreading awareness. We're not just up here talking. So it is a very important job on some channels. I will say that.
Yes, and I just want
Anna, we have 2 here right now, I think, and they're great. We're not talking about them. We're just saying we need more. I'm saying that.
I wanted to also let you know that Mr. Robinson will be with us in a couple of minutes. He's just taking care of a few
Awesome.
things.
Awesome.
So we're looking
Beautiful.
forward to a very good conversation and update,
Yeah.
critical updates that are happening right now.
Show him
And
some
so,
love and support this week.
yes,
Love it. Anna,
yes.
Anna put a 3 in the chat. Anna, what's going on? John, did I miss something? A 3 for whipped cream. That's what it is, I bet. You put a
Oh,
3?
3 for whipped cream. Okay. See, people have that marathon vividly implanted in their subconscious mind because
Not like
it
I
was a
do.
moving moment.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Y'all
definitely.
don't understand what I'm going through, John. It's really been crazy. It's so beautiful though. Like I'm editing and I find myself staring at my screen with the biggest smile on my face. I'm giggling, because we talked about food and we was dancing and laughing and clowning and calculating the whole damn time. It was just a
Yeah,
beautiful time. I
it
mean, it's
was
probably the most
definitely.
exciting work I've ever done. And
Yes.
we did it.
So,
And going back through it just reminds you 17 hours was really 17 hours. 20 hours was 20 hours. We cut no corners.
yeah, it was a beautiful experience and
Yeah.
an effort that was certainly worthwhile.
Yep.
Definitely.
And the
And
chat was
so,
in there too. They was right with us.
yeah,
Team
exactly.
no
So
sleep.
tonight, team no sleep. You got that. So tonight we continue um, our coverage of
Daniel.
24-year-old Daniel Robinson,
Yes.
scientist and geologist, is missing out of Buckeye, Arizona, since June 23rd of 2021. His father, David Robinson, has been searching for him since June 26th. Once he was able to find out that he wasn't able to locate his son by telephone, family members, etc., he put a phone call into the Buckeye Police Department to file a missing persons report on the whereabouts of his son. At that
Frustrating.
time,
Mm.
the police started an investigation and looked into the whereabouts of Daniel Robinson, only to find that they were unable to locate him as well. Mr. Robinson, David Robinson, uh, packed a bag, got in his car, went to the airport, took the first flight out, and got out there right away to go and look for his son. And so we've been able to cover as much information about the case on Q Squared, and we are privileged and honored to have Mr. Robinson with us tonight to give us a case update as to what he has learned currently and what he's looking forward to in the activities that are going to be taking place over the weekend. So, with that said,
Beautiful.
I'm going to bring up Mr. David Robinson.
Show him some love in the chat, you guys. Drop some hearts and some prayer hands. Welcome back, sir. How you doing, David?
How you doing tonight?
Good.
Happy
It's good
New
to
Year
see
to you both.
you. Happy New
Yes,
Year.
Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's and welcome back with us. Hope everybody in the family's doing great and they had a wonderful holiday.
We managed. We managed. It's a little different, of course. Daniel's not there.
Yeah.
He has a birthday coming up here on the 14th.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot different. Of course, like I said, we managed to get through it.
Good. I know it couldn't have been easy and definitely far from normal. I'm sure.
Yeah.
At least y'all had each other.
Yeah, most certainly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So since our last visit with you, I believe it was maybe 2 weeks ago. How have you been doing? How have you been holding up?
Best you could. It's one of those things when you get home. It's kind of difficult being able to leave here first on my behalf.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose the momentum that I have going on with the support for my son, especially the desert searches. It's, like I said, it's just the 21st search. This it should be tomorrow. would be the 21st search, and you know, to have that going and people still showing up at searches speaks a lot. You know, speaks a lot that people actually really care
Yeah.
and really want to support, help me find my son. So it was kind of difficult to try to you know, leave that, and first of all, without my son, bringing him home to my family. Then on
Right.
top of that, you know, so I didn't want the momentum to stop. Where, you know, I'm not out there actually actively looking for him, and I end up missing something. So it's very difficult mentally to do that. But at the same time, I had my mom and other family members and friends that also had a need for me to be home and
Yeah.
to spend time with them. So I was able, grateful and happy, and you probably see me from home smiling because I was able to laugh with my family and friends. We talk about things, like you said, was just getting over the best way we can. I was able to
Right.
sleep in my own bed after so many months. Just actually have a really, really long, several nights of sleep in my own bed, and you know, fix up things around the house. You know, like I tell people, when you're going so long, nature will try to take over your house. You know, I had a tree that grow out
Right.
of nowhere. So no, things like that happens when you're gone for a long time. But it was also therapeutic for me to do some of those works around the house. You know, to take my mind off of things. So yeah, like I said, you find ways to manage the situation.
Yeah, you do. I guess. I mean, Lord knows I don't know, but I figure you just. I imagine myself. Maybe you said these words like when you left, like I'm going to find my son and I'm not coming back without him, type of thing. So to have to tear yourself away, even though you need to be with your other family, you know, it's like I came here for a reason.
That's right.
But you back. You back now.
That's right. That's right. Hit
Yeah,
the ground running. Hit
that's
the
right.
ground running and get back at it.
Yep.
You know, and I'll do everything I can to bring my son back.
Yep. Well, we're here for you. Still here, like you never left.
Yes, thank you.
You got it.
Right. Yeah, we had a quite an interesting live last night. We did a deep dive into the case. We were able to share some of the photos that you had sent me regarding the car and how it was found, its location. We did a map review of the desert area in which the car was found, and I was able to identify some things that I was concerned about in the map review that we covered last night in the live and everything. And I wanted to bring to your attention just a couple of things, maybe to write down, scratch on paper. You know me, since you and I have talked on the
That's right.
phone a number of times.
Hmm.
Whenever I go into a deep dive investigation, I'm looking at things that are unnatural and don't belong versus that which is natural and does belong.
That's right.
And so we've talked about the map here, and let me see if I can begin sharing and showing you what we were able to discuss. If you just give me one moment, I'll pull it up.
Reminder for you guys that weren't here last night, the link that I'm dropping is for the merch that I created for Daniel. And the funds we know go straight to the family's GoFundMe to help keep this search going.
Thank
And if I do say so myself, the hoodie's kind of tight, right, David? It's kind of
you. Yes,
tight.
nice. That's right. Very nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep dropping that link. You guys click it and save it when you can. Go ahead and grab you one. Help him out and get his face out here.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. My pleasure.
Okay, I'm just working this right now, so just give me a moment.
Take your time, John. Take your time.
Yes.
Did they bombard you when you got back, David? Was it like 5 weeks of information for the little time you were gone, or was it pretty smooth?
Well, you know, I have my logistic coordinator still here, a couple other people that's doing some things for me. The search continue. They was able to go out to the desert, give me information that they had from that search, that's outside of the public search.
Mhm.
Like I say, I was at home, but at the same time, you know, I had getting a lot of information of things that was happening here in Arizona. You know, And when I got here, of course, yes, like you said, hit the ground running.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Things was, everywhere all day. I think my day started today, for instance, at 7 this morning. When I say 7, that's getting out the door, and I'm just now literally walked in the door a little before I came on. So
How you look so good? You look like you get sleep, and I know you don't. I know you don't.
it had to be God. So God is good. I just put it that way.
Amen.
He's always protecting me one way or the other.
Amen.
I'm gonna give me some type of guidance. Seem like that sometimes when I think that things, have a little doubt that things may not work out, and things does. It does. He always makes sure somehow, some way it happens. So.
Well, that's that mustard seed, and you got it.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. So on the screen, we have a Google map of the desert area location in which Daniel went missing. And we have a main road, which is the Sun Valley Parkway, one of the main roads that go out to the well location in which Daniel was working. And we also have a dirt road which goes to the site itself, or the well site itself. I have to go slow because every time I start moving the map, it starts to stream and it starts to lag. But I'll try to do the best I can to get through this without too much interruption. But here we have the little red balloon, which indicates West Cactus Road, in which the police report that was written by Police Officer Cruz began reporting his findings of his preliminary search once he got the CAD call or dispatch call to go out to this location to see if he could find and locate Daniel during the time that he went missing, which was June 23rd. So here I marked this balloon is because according to the report, this is where his car sat when he began writing his report on West Cactus Road. So I wanted to make sure that the coordinates from Sun Valley Parkway to this particular location is about a mile in from Daniel's work site, which is north of his location on the map. And I'll bring it right up and then zoom in again to show you exactly where he was according to the sector map we've to study.
Thank you
And
all
as you
for
can
signing
see,
the petition. Thank you.
arrow, this was the site location, the well site location, in which Daniel began his work that morning on the 23rd at 9 a.m. And he met a coworker out there from a different company. We've been able to identify that company as well. And they began their work at 9 a.m. And allegedly, according to the statements that was made by that coworker, Daniel was acting funny. He wasn't making any sense, et cetera, and abruptly left the site and started heading south. On the map from this location, heading south, we began taking a look at some of the possibilities in which Daniel left this particular area in his Jeep Renegade, 2017 Jeep Renegade. And the only way to go south, according to the map, is the way he came. So if you left this area and went south, as my arrow is indicating, followed the road all the way to the T, and this is according to the report, if he went east, he would have arrived at Sun Valley Parkway.
Right.
But according to what was reported by Ken, the co-worker, Daniel didn't make a left turn to go east. He made a right turn to continue heading west and then south on the road, and possibly traveling along this road past a utility power station continued on this road, probably trying to locate the main road, because this was Daniel's first time being at this site location. He had to get directions from the coworker Ken in order to get there. So when he abruptly left, he just followed the road as to how it opened up, and I guess he was trying to locate the main road. But going south, according to Ken's statement, it would have led him into this quarry area, which is huge, a special land map. What was interesting about this area, according to the sector map that we studied, is that Daniel's car was found right where my arrow had stopped, right about here. And this was the site location in which the car was found by a rancher who reported this car here. I think it was on July 19th, summoned police, and then police began their investigation of this particular area on that particular day. Here we have, let's see if I can bring it up. Oops, that's not it. I thought I had it keyed up here. Forgive me for that. I've got to do a couple of things. I thought I had it keyed up here.
Good Lord, everybody's live.
Yes, just give me a moment.
No problem, John. You're good.
Yeah. Every time I calibrate this to set it up, it seems to get knocked out somehow. So these things happen from time to time.
You gotta love technology.
Oh yes, but you know we're able to work through some of it.
Oh yeah, you got this.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So while you're getting it set up there, I want to make sure I put it out. If people who's listening, the searches tomorrow has been canceled due to road closures. So that I found out late this evening. The Buckeye Police Department having their marathon going on tomorrow from 8 o'clock to I think like 10, and they're actually closing the road down that leads the Sun Valley Parkway that leads to the area that we'll be searching. Like I said, I got the news late. My goal is to get that news out to you all on social media and also on the website to update the website. So I'll be doing that tonight once we conclude here.
Okay, we'll spread that. So canceled for tomorrow, and it'll pick back up next weekend.
That's right. And that's the news that we hoping that Buckeye show up like they say they would. So
they did say they would.
Well, he said I got confused. He was saying that he couldn't go because of the marathon. So now that the marathon is tomorrow, he said he can come the next week, which will be 15th. So yes.
Okay. So if they don't make it, I'm gonna bust them up because they don't have no excuse that week. No marathon that week.
And they need to bring all those resources that I have listed. I'm going to also put that out on social media tonight, the letter that I've written, so everybody can see the resources that I'm asking for. And in hopes that they bring that along.
Okay, you're gonna post it. Okay, I'll do a video and put that out tomorrow and run it through too. Try to get it shared out as much as possible because we did have a lot of, I won't say a lot, but we had a few people in here that were asking and saying they were in the area and they had planned on coming down. Some people for the 15th, but our plan is to remind them every week that you guys are going to be out there. Try to get more people.
That's right.
So, okay. Hi, Lakeisha.
Right.
Welcome in. Amen,
Okay,
Tanya. No problem. Let me read this prayer. Tanya said, God, please, we need to know what happened to this brilliant young man, Daniel Robinson. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
That's right.
Love the prayers, y'all. Seashore Girl said, I pray our positive energy and prayer finds Daniel. I'm so sorry, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can't even imagine. I can't. David, I told the chat before about a dream I had that my son was missing, and I woke up damn near in no sweat. In that dream, David, I ran through like the neighborhood looking for him. Like it was so real.
Yeah, yes, I know that's rough. That's a rough.
You can imagine.
Yes,
Well, it's nothing compared to the real life, though, you know?
it's a rough thought. Yeah, that's every family that goes through that, I know they're having it rough.
Yeah, yeah. So sorry.
Okay. All right. So I
Any
am
other
finally
question?
just trying to get through a little bit of a drag here, but I'm working through it. So thank you for bearing with
Okay.
me. And I'm just about there. So,
Let me see. Jenica had a question while John's doing that. And the chat is asking
yeah.
that I ask this question or these questions. It says, "Hello, at Mr. Robinson, and anything you're not comfortable with, just let me know." Um, but it just says, "Have any of the horse ranches been investigated? Was any horse manure found in the area or hoof prints?"
I'm not familiar with the horses, but I do know there's some cattle ranchers out there, and those ranchers, I'm sure nobody questioned them on anything. We did speak to one rancher. That's the one about the vehicle, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and he described all the stuff that he's seen, and he didn't get any full detailed conversation with the Buckeye Police Department, though he's the one who reported it and was out there that day with them.
It's
Um,
crazy.
but of course, you know that because you don't see his statements and things like that in the report.
Right.
But he did do a extensive discussion with me and my investigator at the time,
Good.
and so I have some detailed stuff, some recorded testimonies from him,
Very
uh,
good.
some pictures and things that, like Mr. Q, I shared with him,
Very
that he gave to me, and things like that. His whole statement and what he felt and what he saw at the scene, what he saw the police do at the time,
good.
different things like that. So we didn't talk to him extensively, but as in other ranchers, he did describe to us that there are other neighboring ranchers out there. But no, I don't think anybody actually
They're not competent.
interrogated them or questioned them or anything.
Well, hell, if they didn't question or interrogate him and he found the vehicle, you know they ain't talked to nobody else.
Right.
I'm so glad y'all were able, because I just said last night there's so many more questions for that man that found the vehicle. I'm glad y'all got a chance to talk to him. Good. I'm glad he's helpful too and willing to talk.
Yes. Yeah, he says he's willing. He's willing to testify if they ever came to court. He like I say, gave us a lot of information uh, that we can kind of go by what he's seen.
Awesome. Awesome.
He described his pictures, sat there and pointed out some things that how he observed things at the time, and
So
so
was anything based on what he observed and how he reported it to you versus what you saw from Buckeye? Was anything changed, or you know what I'm saying, different?
well, as in what you see on the picture, things on the
Mm-hmm.
ground, things like that. No, I haven't seen any or heard anything from him that was saying anything different. Other than I do notice some of the things I saw in the picture uh, that he had given me versus what Buckeye gave me. There's some changes, as
That's
in
what I was asking.
like
Mm-hmm.
for instance, the box that was inside the vehicle was outside the box. His wallet was sitting on top of his clothes. Things like that
Right.
on his pictures. And he was the first one on the scene, so I don't know if Buckeye moved those things just to photograph them or what the case may have been. But some things like that was out of
Mm-hmm.
place.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was asking too. Thank you for answering that. And Anna said thank you as well.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
You ready,
So
John?
the police yes, thank you.
Okay.
The
Mm-hmm.
police investigation started on July 19 when they found the car,
Yeah.
and the time of their investigation began at about 1:13 in the afternoon. 3 personnel, 1 technician, entered this scene here where Daniel's car was found and began processing this scene. The photographs that we're about to go through is part of the scene investigation that the technician was able to, I guess, get pictures of. And these are some of the photos that Mr. Robinson had sent me directly from the case file. So in this particular picture, which is pretty much the mainstream media picture that's been used. This is
That's
the
the only picture
original.
they gave me. Yeah, that's the picture they gave me first. They gave me one picture to go by, and that's the picture itself. That's the one I released to the media.
One damn picture.
Just one
Unbelievable.
picture, yes. That's
Right.
the first.
Yeah. And in taking a look at this picture, as we see it from the technician's point of view, this is how they found Daniel's car in a ravine as deep as 20 to 25 feet deep into this ravine area.
Damn near
And
a
as we
month
can,
after he went missing, by the way.
yes, yes. So Daniel went missing on June 23rd of 2021, and then the vehicle was found July 19th. So we've got a full month, nearly a
Crazy.
full month, that this car was sitting out in the desert in this condition.
Maybe.
As we can see, there's damage to the windshield, there's damage to the front end, damage to the left front bumper, all the way to the frame, just above the left driver's side wheel. Along the door, the rear view mirror has been impacted, along with the full windshield. There's two impact marks, both on the driver's side and the passenger side. The driver's side door's been impacted slightly.
That window looks
No
like it was
impact that
carved out. It's weird
Yeah.
looking.
Definitely. And it was definitely hit. It was definitely hit to where there is a 40% compression crack that is situated, and we'll be able to get a better shot of it as I proceed, situated directly. If the driver was in the car, it would have definitely blocked any kind of visual point of view from the driver's side, preventing visibility from seeing the road. So that impact impression on the windshield was a major concern that I have, along with damage, of course, to the right side in which the car is laying on, all the way from the front to the back. And we're unable to see it now, only because, and as far as you know, Mr. Robinson, have they given you full pictures of this vehicle when all four tires are back down on the ground?
Yes, yes. Yeah, the pictures that
Okay.
no. I had pictures just windows on the side there. Before I guess the tires went flat or whatever. Yes. That's the only ones I have.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
There's no pictures
Okay.
once
Because
the total champagne got it back right side up. No, I don't have any pictures up.
Only once they had it at the evidence place, they had it
Right.
on all fours.
Right.
Did you ever get pictures
Right,
of the
okay.
red paint, the side we can't see in this picture?
I have pictures of that. Of course, that came from my investigator, but not from Buckeye. No.
Wow.
Okay. And this is all photographs that have been taken by the Buckeye Police Department technician. And I was quite disappointed in his work because, as we can see, there are no markers at all to identify the car in any way, shape, or form. Neither are there markers to identify the clothing garment that was about 3 feet in front of the car, Daniel's clothes that he wore that day to go to work at the job site. We'll also notice that we can now see the front end of the car, and this car has been impacted tremendously on the front bumper area from the right to the center.
Yes, yep, another Maria evidence markers. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, evidence markers, correct. So anytime that I've taken a look at any kind of crime scene, I've always looked for police technicians' evidence markers. How many items are here? How many items are scattered around the car? What broke off? What didn't? Evidence markers inside the car.
Tire tracks leading up to where the vehicle.
Yes,
No
yes.
tire tracks, correct. And that's what we were looking for yesterday in relation to how the car ended up in this particular area, how it got there. And that's what we were critically looking at to see if we can identify some kind of trail mark of tire
Mhm.
tracks. And we also have to remember, too, that this Daniel's car has been out there for nearly a month. And so we've got desert weather, we've got weather to consider, such as rain, which obviously begins to wash away any kind of imprinting, footprints, uh, items such as tire tracks, whether they go over a particular terrain once or twice.
Well,
So excuse
well,
me, John.
I can tell you this. Oh, go ahead.
No, you
Mhm.
probably gonna
Yes.
go where I'm about to go because I was gonna try to clarify this part. You
Yeah, the
first.
weather that day, this was before the monsoon season when vehicle was found, and that day when it rained, it literally rained about 3 minutes, if that.
Oh wow.
So it wasn't no significant rain. It wasn't like a storm.
Oh
It was
wow.
a sprinkle. So it was never any significant rain. I can tell you
Wow.
this: it did. We had a monsoon after that point, after the vehicle was recovered and all that stuff, and to this date, the tire tracks are still there from
Wow.
when they recovered the vehicle, and they did a lot of pulling and digging up in the ground to pull that vehicle out of there, and also the tracks that shows where the vehicle actually made it down that area. So it's still there. It had been. We've been through a full monsoon.
After a
Season, so the tracks
monsoon.
are still there. Yes.
So they were definitely there then when they went out,
Right.
is what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Hmm.
Because in the report, the way Ken said
Okay.
it, or either the way they wrote it, made it look like it was damn near, I mean, not a monsoon, but definitely a nice downpour.
Yeah,
Not
it's
no.
only about. I talked to the rancher and looked at the weather report. It was a very light sprinkle. Ranchers described it probably like 2 to 5 minute rain, if that
Wow.
rain. So it
It's
wasn't no
not even worth mentioning.
right.
They made it sound like, yeah, like John said, evidence could have been washed away and things like that because it was such a big rain. So what I wanted to clarify was the thing that the rancher said about the car not being there 2 days prior to him calling it in, because I've heard that along the way here. Can you clarify that? Did he say that, or was that vehicle? Should we believe that vehicle was there since possibly the 23rd?
Well, it's a couple things the rancher told us. Yeah, he said 2 to 3 days prior. He said he was there, chasing his cattle. He tracked them. That ravine that the vehicle was found in, his cattle, he goes to that area right there, to that ravine, because his
Mhm.
cattle, they travel that ravine to get to, it's a corral. If you go further south from where the vehicle was found, there's a corral that he put food in. I guess that's what they go to
Mhm.
trap them in the corral. So he flanked them all the way to that ravine there, and they'll go down that ravine. So had the cows had already been through that ravine, they would have stopped and would have did that vehicle. That's what the point he was making. They hadn't gotten there
Mhm.
yet. The cattle hadn't gotten there yet, but if they did, they would have been digging at it. So the cattle that was there already past that point, he said some was already in the I guess the corral or whatever thing he called.
Mhm.
But he's gathering more. That's why he had to come back through there again, because he's gathering all this cattle from all over. They scatter all over the place out there in that desert, and have them.
Mhm.
They travel that direction through that way to get to that corral. So they would have stopped. If the vehicle was there, they would have stopped. They would have been
Mm.
digging around with it. They've been licking it. Things like he was telling me.
Something.
But they would have been hanging around there long enough when we saw feces. I haven't seen one. Excuse me, I shouldn't have said it that way. They had droppings.
Okay.
I would have
No.
never. I've been out there and I have never seen any droppings anywhere near that crash site. But we see them all over the other places where those cattle actually stop. But you don't see them in the droppings and things in that proximity of the crash.
So it seems like that basically the car, it wasn't there because they didn't hover around it or anything a few days before when part of his cattle had been in that area.
Yeah, and the other thing is, they said they did, which I was there for one search. It was a Civil Air Patrol. They had, they probably mentioned that in the report. I did have two witnesses with me, my daughter, and we're there watching this because I didn't trust them from the first search because according to Ken, that search never happened. He said it didn't happen, but Buckeye said it happened that day when they supposedly came out that first search to look for my son on the 24th. I'm sorry, on the 26th, and he was there at the well site. He said he didn't hear any helicopter. He didn't see no police didn't come around the well site. So I don't know what they said they were searching that on that day when it's out there looking for my son, but it wasn't there according to Ken. Now, like I said, the other search, you know, saying they did with the Civil Air Patrol, and they supposed to get a extensive flyby. That I was out there on Sun Valley Park where they didn't allow me in the day. They said, "Hey, Miss Rogers, you can't come in. You got to stay out here on the road." Which I thought was strange, but I sat there for hours. I sat there for 4 hours. They did a plane finally showed up. Those guys sat there at the gate and stayed out there in the vehicles for a couple hours. The airplane finally showed up, and they did literally, you know, he was making a zigzag back and forth, but they supposed to have did 4 flybys. What I told them, make sure to get in a depth look. They only did 1 flyby. You know what I'm saying? So, and the plane disappeared. I was there to witness that myself. Those guys went down in there. They went over towards the well site, and it was done. So, so I say, you know, they really did extensive search and did fly over that area where the vehicles found. I do have the drone footage. According to the rancher, it wasn't no helicopter like they put in the report. It was drone footage. Ironically, when I got all the pictures that Buckeye said they gave to me of that search, they all drone footage. They have no helicopter footage. So. There was no helicopter footage, but I can tell you, you can see that gentleman's picture you see there. A lot of that brush only comes up to your chest. Going down that ravine, those brush right there may look kind of high in the view from a camera, but literally, if you're walking up on it, it comes up to your chest. Look down in that area from where the drone is wide open. That area none of the brushes are really huge or significant to hide anything. So
they should have
see it. Yes.
So how did they not see it, or was it not there? I mean, what do you think?
I really believe it wasn't there initially, because there's other parts of the story, and I hope Mr. Q don't mind. You know, 2 days before that vehicle was found, I got a alert from my family members who had this gentleman come up on Buckeye's Facebook page. And he put out there, hey, I see a vehicle like that vehicle y'all looking for. And he actually put it on their page. And I contacted this guy, my family member alerted me. And he sent me the picture. I asked him a question about it. He said his wife took it. There's passing by. He took a picture of it. It's really blurry because he took a picture of it from the road, but he described the damage that sounds similar when I look hindsight today about the impression on the glass like somebody beat it in or whatever. The front end tore up. And, you know, he did mention those things, but the pictures showed that it was kind of brushed up against a tree off a Jackrabbit Trail. It's a little ways different, far from the desert area where Daniel's vehicle was found or whatever. I immediately called Buckeye, Detective Biffin. I said, hey, Detective Biffin, this gentleman said he found this vehicle. He sent me a picture. And before I can finish my sentence, he said, oh, it's not your son's vehicle. And I was like, wait a minute, I ain't even finished my sentence. I said, the guy said he's seen it. It looked like it to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I never seen the vehicle in person, but it had the same kind of shape, but his picture's really blurry. You can't really pull it out. But I said, can you please send somebody out there to check or whatever? Okay, well, I'll send a patrol car. But in the meantime, I'm going to go pick my daughter up. And by the time I did that, the guy gave me the direction how to get to Jackrabbit Trail. And by the time I was headed up there, he said he's going to go back out there and look again. When we went out there, he called me back and said, Mr. Robinson, the vehicle's gone.
Gone. Oh, my God.
Crazy. I said, Buckeye is supposed to be going out there to look at this vehicle. And he said, yeah, I seen a Buckeye police cruiser car or whatever, but the vehicle's gone. Somebody towed it away. 2 days later, my son's vehicle showed up here.
Jesus, man.
So that's the type of things, and that's the honest truth. 2 days later, that vehicle all of a sudden popped up. The rancher said he found this vehicle. So I always kind of look back and tie those things together.
Yes.
Like, what happened to this? To this day, they won't tell me who towed the vehicle. Where I tried with Maricopa County.
Where's the other vehicle?
Give me information. Yes, who towed the vehicle? Where they towed it to. I just need information, but they won't give that to me.
So you can verify that there is a different vehicle somewhere.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Oh my God. Oh my God, David.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
I can share that picture with you. With you also, Mr. Q.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Yes.
Please.
Because in yesterday's deep dive, we began taking a look at how the car may have gotten into the ravine. Since the car's
Oh my God.
is an
I'll be
automatic
right back,
is an
John.
automatic run. Hmm. No problem. Since the car is automatic, the shift was left in drive. This is according to the report, and so that told me that the it wasn't going in reverse. It wasn't in neutral to go into uh, the ravine. And so I said, well, since it was going in a forward motion, I said it had to have left some kind of tire impression, especially coming into the ravine area. So I was looking at a track path
Right.
from where this technician is taking this photo and matched it up with where the Jeep actually landed. And so I don't know if you can see a track
Nice to
pattern.
meet
I'll do the best I can to try to bring your eyes and attention to it. But I was looking at this particular track path here
you. Oh my God.
and here on both sides, which takes me around and right to the ridge to the drop off point and where the vehicle lays right before us. So I said, well, okay, well, what side is this on? Is it on the left side? Is it on the right side of the ravine? And I started searching for pictures that would tell me a little bit more. One of the pictures I found that told me a little bit more was a picture I received yesterday from one of our moderators, Randy, the renegade Randy, and this was that picture. And this is an aerial view. I don't know if this is from a drone. I don't know if this is from a helicopter. But according to this aerial view of the area, and this is the southern area on the map that we had talked about on the Google map, and the car's location here west of it. According to the Buckeye Police Department, the vehicle came from this direction, outside of that big, huge quarry area that we talked about earlier.
Interesting.
From this direction, you can see the vehicle right in this area here. So from this particular picture, I began looking backwards at the arrow to see if there were any track lines of the vehicle traversing this area. And sure enough, the vehicle was coming from the left side of the quarry rather than the right side out of the quarry.
Interesting.
So this vehicle was on the left side of the quarry itself because there are track patterns here, and you can see it, and I'll go slow. Here's the vehicle. I'm going to follow the arrow, and you can begin to see patterns that the vehicle had taken to get into that location. And you can see it right here. There's the vehicle. There's the track pattern. Vehicle, track pattern. And this is on the outside of the arrow. So if the car was going 30 miles an hour on terrain that this vehicle is not even prepared to traverse and began to its way into this area until it landed into the ravine, because it's a very deep ravine, about 20 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
This is the direction that the vehicle was coming from. And then I noticed as I pulled back, if it was coming from that area, what was from this area that the vehicle was coming from. And I began to follow the arrow's pattern as far back as I could. And I went back here. from the power utility station that's in the south region, south of where Daniel was working. And I'll show it to you on the map once again of what I'm talking about. Let's go back to the map. Let me refresh. So coming from the left side, I said, well, that's interesting. When the report was telling us that it was coming from another direction. So here we're back at this location. This is from a bird's eye view of that area. Daniel's car was found here in the ravine. And as I scope it back and pull it down, this is the area that Daniel's car had traversed from here to get to the ravine from the power station. As you can see my arrow indicating, like this.
Speaking of the power station, John, David, have they talked to anybody there? I know that was a concern, John, you were going to bring up.
Yes.
They talked to any employees out there, right?
That's where I was going. That's exactly where I was going.
I didn't want to let you.
There was nothing in the police report. Yeah, thank you, love. Thank you.
I reached out to that power
It was a
company.
concern of mine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
I never got an answer back from them, but I reached out to them because my concern was trying to locate cameras. That's
Right.
a
Yes,
power grid.
that's-
Felt like it's protected because it's government property, and
No response.
they should have been protecting that place because if that power grid go out, a lot of people lose their electricity. So
Right.
But they never got back with me. I've been reaching out to them, but they won't give me that answer. About
That's
the camera.
crazy. Come on.
I try to look at it real close. We go up to that power plant, try to look up under the little door, things like that, and can't really
Visible.
identify in the cameras and things like that. But I'm sure they have it somewhere.
For sure. Is it really guarded? Because I think we saw some gates around it or something, John.
It's a big giant gate, but no one's there. No one's there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we do have at this station access points for vehicle entry. And here, thank you, Google Maps, it allows us to see what type of vehicles do come to this location for any kind of servicing. So that tells me it puts people in this area. And if it puts people in this area, like I know it does, and
Right.
according to how far it is from the area in which Daniel's car was found, somebody had to have seen in broad daylight this vehicle traversing this terrain until it came to a stop, if that is the case. So that's why I brought it up yesterday, and I'm glad that Ms. Q brought it back up today, is to ask if you had gotten any information from this power utility plant that's not so far away from where Daniel's vehicle was found by Buckeye police and the rancher. And so now you say that you reached out, but no one has gotten back in touch with you. And I'm now thinking, wait a minute, this has been 6 months, over 6 months now, and no one has reached back out to you to say that we didn't see anything.
They keep telling me, to get somebody back to me. It seems like it's easy to get in contact with, but it's just that, like I said, they just won't actually really get back to you, right? So
they don't even have what Chris McDonald would say. They don't even have a dog in this fight.
Yes,
it don't make no sense.
Yeah, so that was one of my main concerns from that.
Also, I apologize. But they do have a key card that you can tell workers actually can use a key card pad or whatever, and the gate opens up and they go inside.
So that's how they know who's accessing the place.
Right.
That's all in a computer somewhere. Damn, I can't believe they're not being helpful.
And one thing, Mr. Q, I want to point out to you, right north of that power plant, the road that leads right there to that power plant north, there's a gate. So
Yes.
when Ken told me that he traveled a mile from that well site, and then he at the time he told me that I didn't know what he was talking about. Sitting out on Sun Valley Parkway talking to him, he said he opened up this gate and then he traveled and he went up, and it's kind of, listen how he said this now, and I look at it hindsight. He said he opened up this gate because it is a gate there. Now I know that. Well, there's a gate, of course, to come in, but I'm saying near the power plant there. There's a gate that you have to, before you even get into that area where Daniel was found, you had to go through this gate first. You had to open it up as a sign that said, hey, please keep the gate closed because they don't want the cattle to escape, through that gate. So there's a gate there. You come into that gate, and then you come up to that power plant. You'll pass that power plant just to get to that area where I'm saying where Daniel Vick was found. Now, if you listen to it, he said he opened up this gate. Well, that's a gate that we use to come into the area, but you open up this gate, which is a wooden gate. And he said he traveled another mile or so. And then he said he got out of his vehicle, he walked around, and he said he went up this high hill area, and he looked over this hill area to see if he could see Daniel's vehicle from afar. Then he came back down, and he started painting rocks with red paint to make sure that the police know where to come look and things like that. So when I started thinking about it hindsight, I didn't know what gate he's talking about. I know what the gate he's talking about now. There is a gate that he had to open up first. And if Daniel made it in that area, he would have to do the same thing. He had to get out of his vehicle, open up his gate. So it was no chance for him being lost, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, because he didn't pass a wooden gate.
Right.
Now, if there's a metal gate and it had a big main road there, then he would have known he was going the right direction. But going back the opposite direction, right there where that little cross area with it, a little further north of there is a gate. And he would have known he had to actually open the gate, drive into that area before, to get to that power plant, So, so I kind of think about that too.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, you literally have to open that gate. You have to literally open it, and there's a sign that said, please shut it. So I don't know if he went through there, he most likely would have to shut it back, right up in that area right there. That's a gate.
So when Ken said he went to high ground to look for Daniel, you're saying it was in this area?
Well, he said he went through a gate, and then he said he drove for like another mile, and then he said he got out of the vehicle, walked around, tried to walk and look, and then he went up this high hill area, and he looked over the edge and tried to see if he could see him from afar. He didn't see him, and he started painting the rocks red so the police can know which direction his tracks was going. Because he said he was following the tracks the whole time. Daniel's tracks, the tire tracks. So
then where the hell they go?
Yeah, and that's the thing. So
don't mind me. I just chime in. Don't stop talking when I just have feelings. I can't help it.
I'm sure that's a drill or one of those power lines, because some power lines out there too. So see the power lines. It's probably one of the power lines.
Buckeye, y'all wrong for this.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah, the other aspect of this is the map that I was working on. The 11-mile anomaly was on my mind, and I wanted to begin looking at this extra 11 miles that the vehicle had experienced after the deployment of the airbags. And so I did an 11-mile marker map, and I'll be able to screenshot this for you and get it over to you so that this way you can put it on your computer and use it as a model.
Okay.
And in doing so, I wanted to know, how could one put 11 additional miles after an impact, deployed airbags? And it just bothered me. And so I was playing around with this, and I said, well, let's start from the crash site. And if I was to say that I was in this area where the car was located, and I wanted to go north from this power, from the utility power station, not far from where Daniel's car was, and go north Here's where Daniel was, his work site, this balloon with the heart in it.
Right.
So I passed that to go north to the other power station. This is a power pump station. It's about 5.6 miles north. Once I'm north, and let's just say I wanted to go back to where Daniel's car ended up, I would come back down south, following the roads that go south, and I would have accumulated another 5.6 miles. So when you add those two numbers up on a full round trip, you come up with 11.2 miles.
Right.
If you get my picture. So
Yes. Definitely.
going up and coming down gives me 11 miles. So if there
Would
was
you-
anyone in this area with Daniel that may have taken his car and was a part of, let's just say, and this is I'm stretching a little bit, let's just say who worked down here at the utility plant to go back up to the power plant and then come back down to the utility plant, that person would have accumulated 11.2 miles on the vehicle. So that was one way I was able to get 11 miles just from those two distances.
Right.
So
And you do have that.
Another,
Yes. Okay.
yeah, the aqueduct as well too. Yes.
Right.
And you have the aqueduct up here, and it follows along, I guess, this mountain ridge over here
Right. Right.
as well. Yeah. So, and looking at that, I was able to also identify on the sector map this location 2 sectors south from Daniel's car, where I said that there were people in this area the last time we spoke, and I wanted to know whether there was any new information given to you regarding any folks down here south of where Daniel's car ended up that were questioned by Buckeye police or investigators as to a possible sighting of Daniel's car somewhere in the desert during the time that Daniel was out there working. Were the police able to question anybody in that area?
I
That
don't
you
know
know
if
of?
anybody. No, I don't know if anybody they questioned at all.
not from the report I got.
I know south of it where the vehicles was found down that Hacienda River, the Wagner Wash. There's a landscaping
Right.
company down there. So yes, there's a lot of workers down that way. The big giant tractors digging the ground, that kind of stuff. So
Yes, because that's what we were able to find down here as we looked at it yesterday. There are people in this area that look like they work in this area, and the work looks like it's been consistent with the amount of ground that shaped. It looks like a vehicle that's down here. If I go further south, following I'm coming into another area south of that, not far, and I'll adjust up a bit, where there is a heavy equipment such as trucks, trailers. There's a bulldozer here. There's equipment outside of some sort. And I said, well, that puts people down here too. So
right,
you let activity very far from where Daniel's car ended up. That tells me I would department ever question anybody regarding the other thing too to bring to you.
Oh, is it just me, or are you cutting out a little bit?
And I'll just wait Let's see.
Is
I
it
put the
cutting out
balloon
for you,
markers there.
Dan, or is it just
Yes,
me?
yes, a little cut off. Yes.
Oh, it's the
Yeah, I'm
lag a
still
little bit,
dealing with the
bandwidth.
Google Earth clearing up.
Okay. Thank you, Leslie. You
Yeah,
guys, we
a
are
little bit,
not ignoring your questions. We just
but I'll
want
come back.
John get through
It'll
his geography and stuff.
yeah. Okay, how about now? I'm back.
Yep,
Yes,
you're
you
back.
are. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So down here where we see this this trailer that's down here,
Mm-hmm.
there's also a buffer area here where there's a gate. And anything that has a gate that blocks off entry in or out tells me that that may be private property.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a
Mm-hmm.
gate south of where we just came. And I'll have to wait till it clears up again.
Oh, I was saying we're not ignoring y'all's questions, y'all.
Okay.
What I think, while you're zooming
I'll
that
just
in,
wait.
John, David, what I think, I know we talked about you coming over to my
Yeah.
house too. And what I'd like to do over there is maybe just have a little talk time and get a little Q&A.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to come on.
That.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, we'll work that out.
Thank you.
That way we keep that investigative
Beautiful.
stuff going here and we can get some of the questions of clarification done over there.
That's right.
Beautiful. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's how we do it.
That's right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from the northern part of where this balloon is to the southern part of where that gate is, there are two gates, one to the north and one to the south, which tells me that the track line that I just outlined here poses as some kind of private property where there's a landscaping company, a mining company, probably activity down here. And I just wanted to make sure that, your trip out there would be, definitely more worth it and fruitful to find out if any of the folks that are down here had been interviewed by Buckeye Police Department based on any sightings that they could have had, may have had, might have had concerning Daniel being out in this area on June 23rd.
Right.
Buckeye dropped so many balls. They dropped too many balls.
Yeah, because it's obviously not far from where Daniel's car ended up, and that's where the star is. So that's
John,
two
when you're
locations
done,
that I have. Yes.
Before you leave Google,
Yes.
or Google Earth, I want to give you another coordinate. Just let me know when you're done with your map before you come out of that.
Okay. You can give me the coordinate.
You ready? Okay. This is the one where the other vehicle was the woman that David was just talking about from the Facebook post. That vehicle was located at near Jackrabbit and Elliott Road. I just wanted to see where that was in comparison to where, to where the car was.
Few S's east of Sun Valley Parkway.
Pretty close.
Yes, it's only like about a few S's east of Sun Valley Parkway.
Few exits east. Okay, got you.
On I-10. That's on I-10.
Jackrabbit and Elliott Road. Because that's crazy to me. And I'm looking at this report. He literally says, we heard about it. I looked at the picture and, the wheels look gray to me. Daniel's wheels are black. I ruled it out. I told somebody to go check on it. They checked on it. Daniel's vehicle wasn't located. That's it. That's what the report says. Doesn't say what was located or that it was confirmed based on him thinking the tires were a different color from a blurry ass picture. It's not a good look.
Right.
And was that close to where the car actually ended up 2 days later?
Yes, and that was very strange and significant to me. Also, hindsight, looking back, that kind of stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Very incomplete reporting.
It's
Very.
not that it been reported to him. They knew about it themselves. Buckeye knew about that.
And they didn't put any detail in this police report. Nothing.
Right.
They said, well, I looked at the picture. It was blurry and the tires looked gray. And then we don't even know what happened when they got there.
Very selective what they put in their report. That's why I don't be honest with you. I have 3 reports so far, and the latest one I haven't read it because every time I get angry, they add something, take something away, and then and things is not there that should be there. Like for instance, even interviewing the young lady that was with the other lady that night my son was there. So still don't know her name, don't know who she is, and who's her relations to this whole thing. She was there, why they just took text messages and didn't really get statements, things like that. So it is so
very
much
weird. It's very weird. I mean, the text messages throw me off the way it just looks so one-sided, and then it ends with that last weird one, allegedly from Daniel, saying I'll see you again or I'll see you never or something like that. And it's just like too much gray area.
Yes. And I apologize. I'm looking down. I'm trying to update people on Twitter at the same time.
No problem. No, we chill on Q Squared, David. Don't apologize. Do what you got to do. And we're going to work around it. When John is navigating, I'm going to be chit-chatting. It's cool over here. John, did you find it? Jackrabbit?
Yeah, I typed it in, but it blew the map up, so it's not a specific. If you have a number or
it doesn't. It just says okay. So what it says is, it was brought to my attention that a person made a post to Facebook indicating that a vehicle similar to Daniel's was seen near Jackrabbit and Elliott Road in Buckeye.
Okay, so
it doesn't have any. See, that's exactly what we're saying. There's no details. There's no information really.
What was that again? So that's about the report?
Yeah, that's about the vehicle that the wife took a picture of, the blurry vehicle. They just have those 2 cross streets. No address, no real coordinates, nothing.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because it just blows the map back up like it doesn't know specifically where Jackrabbit and the other road is combined to actually bring us down there.
Right.
So I'll see if I can get at it at a different angle. What I also wanted to point out to Mr. Robinson is that from Daniel's location,
I'll go to Google Maps.
and we were able to talk about the other story that came out of Arizona, the Benjamin Anderson story.
Crazy.
And I wanted to also show you on the map how close in vicinity Daniel's situation is. And if we go northeast to this location, it's about 44 miles apart from where Daniel went missing, from where actually his car, the Jeep, was located, all the way across here off of 17 in relationship to Daniel's situation here in the desert. So it's about 45 miles apart in distance. So that's information that you can use to speak with the Phoenix State Police in relationship to that, because Mr. Anderson's situation is an ongoing open investigation, just like yours is. And you can bring that information to their attention to see if anything here corresponds to maybe an illegal activity that may be happening out there, to where people are going missing and police are maybe not be aware of it.
Yes, because his body was in one location, his vehicle was in another location.
Exactly.
So it looks like somebody is trying to, spread things out so that you can't find these missing people. It really is weird. It's suspect.
Yes.
I'm certainly planning to just keep my eye on it and see what what explanation they
Let me
give the
see if I
family.
can
Because the
find.
family said they haven't gotten a lot of help from the Phoenix PD.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm hoping the best. I know we need the policing for one thing. I keep saying it over and over again. I definitely am not a police basher, but I'm a person that's actually going to ask questions. I'm going to point out inconsistencies. I'm going to point out things that just not right. So I'm not going to back away from that. I just don't take what law enforcement would say or put on a report without asking questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could be a lazy guy and just write what I want to write, and but nobody challenge you on what you wrote. So
Right.
I challenge them on what they write.
You should, because I
My
just
son
read
is
that
missing.
whole that part. Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. If you don't, who will?
That's right.
God bless your soul.
And that's Mr. Q. I see how I tell him
Yeah.
that all the time. He's a deep thinker, so that's really good. I really appreciate that.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah. So in relationship to this vehicle being here in this ravine, it just bothers me to see that
Damn it, this jackrabbit.
this location hadn't been monitored in some way, shape, or form by law enforcement, even though that there's, you could possibly imagine, no negative activity actually happening out here. You've got wildlife, but yet you have people working out here, that this area here wouldn't be monitored in some way, shape, or form by law enforcement. You happen to have a rancher who was just on his everyday business, I guess, who stumbled across Daniel's car. Now, if he hadn't stumbled across it, Daniel would just be flat out missing with no idea of his whereabouts.
Right. Right.
So thank goodness that the rancher was in this vicinity doing his everyday thing until he came across Daniel's vehicle in this ravine, because this is hidden real well in 20 to 25 feet of on both sides. No one
And that
would
was a question I
be
was
able to see
asking
that.
yesterday. Could you see that from the road?
Well, I want to remind people, the rancher, according to the rancher, some of these trails that we have now, you was take pictures. They wasn't there before. The vehicle was there. He said, of course, people coming in from the police officer pulling the vehicle out to
Mm-hmm.
do everything. So when we're there, you won't be able to actually see down that ravine unless you're literally coming up over near, saying closer to that edge, and then you start looking downward. So you can now. If you're like I said before, once you're there though, if you take we have drones out there all the time. There's no mistaking that you won't be able to see that vehicle sitting in that ravine from the air. Now you're down on the ground. It's a possibility. You kind of if you're not really, if you say you have looking, I just say like that. If you have looking and nothing come in your mind, you walk in the area and say, "Hey, let me look down that ravine or this wash or whatever." That means that you're not really looking, because that's one of the biggest places you would search. If you see a ravine, that's what we look for. We look for clues every week. We go down to washes. These washes are deep. They where the water flows. So we walk down in those crevices and things like that, which we call ravines and washes. So that's what you do a real search. You actually go. You don't walk on flat land and say, "Hey, I'm looking." No, you look in the crevices. You look in the ravines. You look in the washes. Look in the river beds. Under the trees. Things like that. So that's what we do when we're really searching. And that's why I say I don't see any type of excuse of not seeing that vehicle there if you really did a search.
Right.
Right. I don't think
Absolutely.
it was there.
I fully agree.
That's why this Facebook
So I
post is
wanted to-
bothering me a lot. How magically, a vehicle so close to his is seen, and then it's not seen, and then his appears.
Well, they told me also there was no footprints. The first thing the detectives told me that next day, Ms. Robinson, we didn't see any. I guess because they saying he was barefooted, what they were describing me at the time. because all his clothes is on the ground, everything is wearing.
Mhm.
There was no footprints, no foot tracks.
Crazy.
Certain things like that. Like I said, they say that, but it still stuns me to this day. But I'm going out to. Well, I shouldn't be saying that, but the public searches is going not tomorrow. So I'm going to say that the public search is not out tomorrow. We don't have any public searches, but I could go out there tomorrow and excuse the host. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Go out there tomorrow, and those tracks are still there. Thank you. Those tracks are still there from
whenever.
Vehicles you see coming into that ravine where Mr. Q, he said the angle that you see from that angle, the tire tracks come from other angles. You see the tracks still there where they pull the vehicle out, and this is after the monsoon season. So I'm saying that, and these were like days of raining, straight rain, hard rain. And so it's kind of hard for me to believe this theory that people put out there that somehow the tracks get washed away because of the rain.
Well, Ken said that on the 23rd. Ken said that in the police report.
Right. Yes.
And you said it only rained for 3 minutes.
Yes.
He was full of crap.
Yeah, I mean, and if anything, I think the rain causes the tracks to get more imprinted into that dirt because it's really dusty out there. And I think when it gets wet, it turns to more like clay. So it kind of makes a holding a tire track, and that's what makes it stay there so long. In my opinion, it's like
that makes sense.
Yes,
I think I heard Randy say something like that. Somebody said something just like that when we were talking about his case about the rain. Basically, it's almost like finding a fossil or something. Like you said, the dirt gets hard, and now you got that print.
And another thing you got to think about what the rancher told us too when he sat down. He said, them lands like the back of his hand. He was born and raised there. He said if it was raining that hard in that ravine, he said, if you think about it, water always flows through that when it's a heavy rain. That's a water catching area. It goes all down to that Hassayampa River. It goes down through those crevices. And that vehicle, if it was sitting there for 30 days, you best believe that would have been all kind of debris brushed up against it. The water, it would have made like a dam in a sense. It would have blocked some of that debris that rushes through there. It would have brushed, and that vehicle on that side of there where you saw the sunroof, all of that would have been covered with debris and trash and from the desert. Dusty and that so you can see where the water level came up to it and kind of brushed up against the vehicle. There was none. So it wasn't enough. He told me that's why he's telling us it wasn't a significant rain that day. He said it was only rain for 2 to 5 minutes, if that. That day. It wasn't enough water. It wasn't enough water to even cause water to flow, and that's the way he described it to us.
Oh my God. Yep, them jeans that were laying there, they didn't look muddy. They had a little dirt on top of them, but they didn't look like they had been wet and dirty and then dried in the sun and all that. No.
Oh yes, well, but that salt that my investigator found, it was really bleached. It was sun bleached. Of course, it's a different shade from, that kind of scared me. That this key you put that on. I said, where you get that picture of my son Vic from? Oh my gosh, where you get that picture?
I was doing some digging.
Yeah, okay.
So this was a picture of the vehicle, so to speak, in almost mint condition, if you will, so that folks can actually see the vehicle without the cracked windshield and the broken rear view mirror, side view mirror here, and see what the vehicle looks like when it's fully intact.
It's a Jeep Renegade too. It's a sturdy vehicle. It's 4x4, I'm assuming. Yeah. He would have had to go in there and drive like a maniac to tear it up, really. I mean, and he wouldn't have done that.
Well, to get 30-something miles per hour, I'll tell you what me and my investigator was doing. I have a vehicle I take out there. It's called a Razor. It's made for that terrain. It's made for that kind of speeding across that. I mean, you can just glide across that stuff. It looks flat. From pictures that you guys look at, everything looks really flat. It's not. It's really up and down. It's really deep, not deep ravines all over the place, but there's a lot of deep areas. So when you say that trail that you believe that Daniel could have traveled, you best believe it's down, up, down, all kind of stuff. Cactus here, there, there's all kind of stuff going on. So It's not flat land, but I can tell you the vehicles that we use are designed to handle that with a breeze. And I couldn't even get up to 30 miles per hour in that vehicle that's made for that in that area. So that's one of the things that kind of puzzled my investigator is the speed that they claimed that the vehicle had to get up to before the airbags deployed, and it's impossible. I mean, we did it with trucks, we did it with the side by side, we even did it with the little vehicles. I've got the quads, and you can't get the speed up. You can't get the speed up that ravine to get down in that thing like that. Go down in that ravine, go up the hill to get down in those ravines. So, so it is very difficult. It's very difficult to say that somehow he was the last. When at the time of the accident, the gas was accelerating that speed and made it down that ravine. It's really hard for that type of vehicle. We have 4x4s that get stuck out there sometimes, traveling in those terrains out there. So, it's hard to believe all of that.
It sounds like to me they determined that in order for that kind of damage to have happened, the vehicle would have needed to or have had to have been going that fast. And then they just said, okay, then there it is. Even though it's impossible that could have happened in that area.
It's possible. It ain't impossible to get that speed up, but it's for that vehicle, he'd been bouncing all over the place and that's right. That vehicle. Now the razors, we can get up that speed easy, but we need more length. In other words, that's a lighter. And the crazy part is the razor's a lot lighter than his vehicle, and it's hard for us to get that speed up in that little bit of distance.
You don't have the area,
right? Don't have enough area to get up to that speed. That's what I'm saying. Without bouncing around and dips and dives and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah, it would be crazy. That's what I'm saying. You would have just had to fly in there like a maniac with no regard to anything. And why would he do that in his nice new? Come on.
Yes.
Right. Now, this was just a question that I had. I know that Neil had some friends that went out to Arizona to visit with him when he was out there. I believe one of the folks that showed up in the report is Luke
from New York. Yes,
Greco from New York. Yes, was he able to get in contact with the family or keep in contact with you to get any kind of status? Oh,
no,
okay.
He showed up to one search, and that was it. He came to one, and then I approached him. I found out he was there. Approached him, and, introduced myself. Never met him, and that's the last time I saw him. He came to that one search, and that was it. He told me that he was in town, and that he was, swapping locations. He came from the New York branch to work here in the Phoenix branch.
Mm-hmm.
So he was another coworker.
Right, another coworker. They all went to school together. They went to the College of Charleston down there in Charleston, South Carolina. There they go. Those guys there. They had their fraternity and things like that. Their school down there and stuff like that. So, yes.
Yes, Jenica. The seatbelt was intact. It was actually still connected, right, David?
Well, they said it was wasn't connected, but it was I guess when it's locked in the lock position, like you pull it, and I guess when they said after the accident it locks itself and it don't retract back into the thing, it was out like that pretty much.
But it wasn't snapped?
It wasn't snapped, no.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we misunderstood the report. So it was just in that tight position that you get.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know how you pull it and you snap it.
Yeah.
And then if you unsnap it, it won't crawl back in or whatever. It was locked in that position out. So once they unloose it, it's kind of dangling. I guess that's what it's telling me. That's how they explained it to me.
Got it. Okay. Did they lead you? Because when I read the report, I read it as they believed that the vehicle was involved in a rollover at least one time. Is that how they explained it to you?
Yeah, that's how I explained to me. The only problem with that, I didn't see no damage on the hood, on the roof.
There you go.
And that's what kind of made me say, okay, well, I can see a partial rollover. Like my investigator was saying, there's a partial rollover, but not a full rollover. It didn't roll over.
Right.
Because of the roof damage. I mean, I looked at it. I saw that vehicle for the second time since that vehicle was found. Look before I went home for this break here. It was very hard. Took some pictures of it at the facility, and I was making sure look at it myself really closely to see if I see any roof damage or anything that indicate, and there's none there. I guess we call them bars for the ski type stuff. Was,
ski racks up there.
Yeah, right, the racks, right, and so it wasn't a rollover.
I didn't think so either. Then
you guys showed me they showed me some rollover vehicles. When the vehicle roll over, it would be crushed inward.
From the top.
The weight of the engine and everything on the bottom would have crushed the top down. So that's a rollover.
Yeah, we actually Anna in the chat, she sent over a picture. God bless her. Her son was in a rollover accident. This car looks, I mean, God bless him. It looks like a can that you know how you used to switch the cans when you step on them?
And that's exactly what happened to the roof if it goes up to that part, yes. They explained that to me. Say, hey, if it's rollover, it would definitely get crushed inward. It would have never stay intact fully like that.
Yeah, fully.
Right.
I just wonder why would they write something like that, and they were specific.
It supports their theory. It supports their theory that they don't want to move on from. They don't want to investigate my son as a possible criminal because that means it costs them resources. They have to call in certain people in, and they have to actually do a job. They have to actually work. So as long as they can keep it as a missing person, they don't have to legally, by legal authority, they don't have to do anything to find my son legally. The only reason why they're doing a little bit that they say they're doing on paper is because the media is watching, and because you all calling, you all doing this. But they know once they call it anything other than just a missing person, that means that they have to call certain people in.
Right.
Done, and they don't want the department to be all about Daniel, I'm sure.
But it is a criminal investigation, and they need to look at it that way, and they need to give you the results of all those damn wet and dry swabs from his seatbelt and his car. And I mean, come on.
That swabs was done a little too late. I don't even have no information about that. That was done when I demanded it, and what puzzles me is that they went back, and I'm gonna start spreading that first report they gave me. Because they go back and they start adding things, try to add things. From what I heard last, they tried to make it appear that they did some forensics work on the scene. But see, things like that anger me. I'm not a person to say, hey, I'm going to take out recordings and just put the recordings of them. I had a witness there that was with me from the NAACP that testified that they say they didn't do forensic work at the scene. And plus, too, I was recording them. This is a one part of state. They know I record everything. So they would put falsified information in their report. Then I would come out with those things, and then I don't know who investigate the police or who police the police, but those are kind of things that Buckeye need to be always wary and remember that they need to be careful when they putting all this falsified information in their report because they're gonna come back to haunt them. That's what I'm saying.
They did that. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking.
Right.
So if you are comfortable at any time, you can send me the reports. I read them like books. I will find the discrepancies and match them up and everything.
One thing I have to do though, because the report I have don't have any redactions on it, and because I had the original reports and they don't have any redactions. So what I'm gonna do is make copies, and then I have to personally do a redaction because I don't want to be the one to give out certain people's name and they come back to try to get me.
Right.
So
for real, because if I get Caitlin's name, I'm calling that heifer. You better redact.
People have gotten her name. People have gotten her name, but they didn't get it from me. I just put it that way.
You better redact her ass. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, they got her name.
Outside of that, whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm really shocked when I hear her name out there. I'm like, oh my God, I should know this lady's name. And
I don't want her name. Okay, I'll keep digging. If it's out there, I'll find it too.
Oh, it's out there. Yeah, her name is out there. Yes.
We got some questions for her. I got a few friends she can talk to in the drama circuit. They can question her over there.
Yes.
That's not what we do. I'd love to see the discrepancies because I'm reading the one that was on, I think News Nation is the one I have, the 54-page one.
That was the first report that we got.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Oops.
Yeah, they redacted the hell out of that one, but this is the one that's it's got too much gray area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Somebody on the TikTok is please help find Daniel. I think there's asking for Daniel's TikTok. I have to work on it. I try my best with social media. I have a family member doing the Instagram. I just released the Facebook to my logistics coordinator to do work on it. Of course, I'm doing the Twitter. That's enough for me right there. So,
I know
but
Twitter's
yes,
great.
please help find Daniel for all of them, except for even the please help find Daniel for the YouTube. It's just that Twitter didn't allow me to put enough characters there, so it's please help find 4, of course, for Twitter. But
Wait, I'm on Twitter right now, David. What is it on there?
please help find and then the number 4.
Please
Please
help find 4.
No, this is please. Oh yeah, please help find 4. Yes,
And that's it?
that's it. Yes.
And it's gonna pull you up? Okay, I'm gonna search you up because I try to use Twitter too. Please help. Damn it. Please help find 4.
Yes, the number 4.
Okay.
Yes, please help find 4. Yeah, they wouldn't let me put Daniel there. I guess it's too many characters, and
Oh,
they
there it is.
the number 4. So,
That's so crazy. Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes right up though. There you go. Follow. Got him. Okay. Yes, put him everywhere you can.
yes.
And TikTok, listen, I have a teenager. These kids are woke out here. And TikTok, they watch it. And they do all their little challenges and stuff too, but they watch that true crime stuff on there. He tells me
Oh,
about
really? And, you know, my children came to me with that too, and to make it laugh. They say, "Dad, you need to go on TikTok." And all thing I know about TikTok, people dancing around.
crazy.
I say, you know what? You never catch me dancing around. I'm not the kind of guy. I'm not gonna be dancing around on those videos and stuff like that.
There's people that share. Like I even share. You can only do up to 3 minutes, so I'll do like a highlight of one of my videos and share it, and then you can link it to your Facebook or your YouTube or whatever, and kind of direct your traffic.
Oh,
but
really?
the youngsters, the youngsters, they TikToking, put it out there.
Yeah. Any way to get some awareness, especially when Daniel's out there somewhere, which I'm praying that this whole desert thing is a waste of time. That if he's out there some type of way, the younger generation, I think, like you say, they watch all of that, they can spread the word. So.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
I'm telling you, I get stories. My son's friends are telling me stories that I should report on. Say, what y'all know about this stuff? Yeah, they woke. John, I know you wanted me to go over the search, but of course, we just got the update that there will be no search this Saturday, January 8th. That one's going to be canceled because of the Buckeye Police Department marathon that they're running.
That's right.
Okay. What about the city search? What did you say, David? Still going on?
The city search will be continuous. I'm going to update that tonight on the website. I just didn't have time. That's what I was planning to do when I got back here. But yeah, the city search is going to be on. Everybody need flyers and things like that.
You're going to be changing
that location and pick up the flyers.
Is it still going to be January 8th, 3:15 p.m., or are we going to be updating some of that?
That'll be 3:15. That's correct.
Okay, perfect. So next city search for Daniel has been modified to a flyer pickup location. It'll be at 3:15 p.m. tomorrow, January 8th. We'll meet at 705 East McDowell Road, Phoenix, Arizona, 85006 the back lot. Please come and grab your stack of flyers to distribute in your communities and cities. Thank you. I need your help. And that's from Mr. David Robinson. The second.
That's right.
The second. That's right. The second.
Yeah, I have a third too. So.
Long line. I love that. I love that. Oh, this I love too. I love Cuomo, and I know the brothers are getting a lot of slack with all that stuff they got going on, but
he's really nice guy. Yeah, he's really nice guy.
I was going to ask you that. I get a good vibe from him, and he did a really good job on your.
You can check on me sometimes. He'll text me here and there and check on me. So, yes, he's a really good guy behind the scenes. He actually talks to you.
I was going to ask you that because he said to you in this interview right here, you have my number and you can reach out to me. And I was like, he better be holding up to that.
Oh, yeah, he's here. He say he told me I got a friend for life. So he actually do that.
Beautiful.
He actually text and check up on him. I haven't heard from him in like in a week, I think, or two with something going on But yeah, he used to text a lot, just check and see where
Awesome.
everything's going. Yes.
I love him and his brother. I do, and they're going through it right now. But
Right.
I went through. I was a contact tracer most of the pandemic, and I went through his battle with him, you could say, because he televised it, and he had COVID, and he was living in his basement, and it was pretty rough
Okay.
for him for a minute.
Yes, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yes.
yeah. I like him a lot. I'm glad he's helping you. Awesome.
Definitely.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
Good.
good.
Good. Yeah, that's a great interview. Yeah, we definitely are gonna have to. And we can even do it as a Q square, but we'll do it over on my channel, like we talked about, and we will get some of these questions because I know the chat is like, Miss Q, not all your questions. I just don't want to interrupt. I know John wants, he has his thing that he needs to do with while he has David available. He wants to be considerate of David's time. So, we just can't do it all in one night, you guys, but we're going to work it out. We are definitely going to do that. David, I'll text you and then we'll work out what day works for you. I told you
Okay.
I free fall. So whatever works for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure. I love that
Yeah,
picture right there.
and any
Flex.
new updates you'd like to do,
Anytime,
our
yeah.
channel is your channel.
Yep.
So,
Our casa
if you get
is
an
su
update
casa
tomorrow,
or
yeah,
something
that's
like
right.
that.
If you get an update tomorrow, we can schedule an immediate update live
Yeah.
and get you back on, and we can cover that information. And it'll keep everyone who's a part of our audience. We know that you're working with the Grizzlies too. And much love goes out to Gisela and the Grizzlies
Work with
on her channel.
everybody. Work with all
Uh,
of them.
we gave them a big shout out for the work that they've done with you.
Yes, we did.
And matter of fact, she emailed me today, and I emailed her back and everything because she knew that you were coming on with us on this channel here.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're coordinating. We're getting the word out, and it's good to
Yes,
know
we
that
are.
the moves that you're making on the YouTube platforms that are open to you. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found the Grizzlies. Was I type in Daniel Robinson on the search tab, and then I find all the channels and news channels that are covering this case, just to keep myself updated as to how the word is getting out on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm,
Oh
mm-hmm.
wow, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great to know that you're in good company with the Grizzlies, and of course our channel. And I know that there's another channel out there that you've done an interview with. I think it's Chris Madonna from the interview room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
So
checking that one.
that's great.
That one's got it's in the double digits. I think it was about 15,000 views or something like that last time I looked. A lot of
Okay.
views. A
Oh,
lot of
that's
views.
great.
Yeah.
I can't confess. I do interviews, but I don't never ever get to watch them. Only time I ever get to watch things if someone send me a link, say, "Hey, here's the link to the video or whatever
Yeah.
the interview," and then I throw it on out of the social media or the website.
Right. No, you're too busy for all that. And we pay
Yeah.
attention because we want to know that you're getting the exposure. That's the only
Right.
reason we care
That's
about
the
views.
thing. Yes, Daniel.
Yeah.
Long Daniel's name out there, and they have. I like that picture of myself to end police brutality. that night, my son
Oh
called.
yeah.
And he was really proud, and I'll be honest with you, I was a little like, oh my God, I need to be there with you, because I never been to a protest, and he did that. And the first thing, those pictures, if you see those two there, the first thing that happened when I got here looking for my son is the local news here. When I was reaching out to the local news trying to get his name out there, they kept throwing that and say, hey, your son did an interview with us, and that's when I first saw those pictures there.
When was this protest? That's what I wondered when I saw this picture.
It was I think it was in May, the month before he went missing. And that some of the people here, the Black community, would say they worry about police retaliation.
Yeah.
And the reason why, because the Phoenix Police Department got caught with police retaliation against the Black Lives Matter movement. Even in terms of coming all the way up to a story of a young lady who lives in Buckeye, Black lady. The Phoenix police actually went up there to try to get some things going to, I guess, intimidation, and so that's where the Justice Department had to come in and resolve all of that, because a lot of those Black Lives Matter protesters were getting charges as gang members and things like that.
Wow.
So that's why they was worried that Daniel had got involved in some type of retaliation out
Yes.
there in that desert. So like I said, I don't rule out anything, and I look at everything. So when people say, "Hey, Mr. Rouser, what you think happened?" I can't tell you what happened, but you know what? I know my son just didn't do certain things that they want me to believe, and somehow I just need to look at that and don't look at other reasons why my son is missing. That makes more common sense to me, because the way I know my son would have never came to work in the first place if he decided he just wanted to disappear from life. His plan wouldn't have been that way. He just would have disappeared that night before he even decided to come to work. He didn't go to this one work site. He went to two that day. So you know, why would he go through all that extremes just to say, "Hey, I want to go away"? You know what I'm saying? That just wouldn't happen.
David, there's no doubt anywhere in my mind that you raised a strong, solid, level-headed man right there.
Yes. Yes.
Period.
He's the Caitlin girl, since everybody know her name. Him and her, he and her had extensive conversations before he went missing. And one of the things he told me 2 nights before he went missing, he said that she called him, said he had an ego problem. And you know, sometimes I told my son I wanted to know the bottom line why she said that to him. So we had a little extensive conversation about that, trying to analyze that. But one thing I know about Daniel is that it may come off that he have an ego. No, Daniel had to be strong. He was born with one hand, right? And he always, since he was a kid, he found something in himself to be so confident in his own self. So he comes off with a great confident level. And but some may take it that he has a little ego or something, because he think he's all of that. He is all of that. He's a scientist.
That's right. And a bag of chips. Okay.
Yes, and that's the way he carries himself. He's very confident in himself. He's not timid and shy and acting scary and you know things like that. That's just not Daniel. I didn't raise him that way. He's not that kind of man. And that's what it is.
Period.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite picture right here in the center.
That
is my favorite picture. I love that picture.
That was at the graduation night. On graduation night, he and I went out and I had my first drink with my son, and you know we had a good time until he ditched me. He said, "Oh, Dad, I got to go with my friend."
Had to get with the homies real quick.
Drive home by myself, and I had to drive home. I had a great time with him, though. I had a great time that night with him.
Yeah, that picture definitely says father and son time, right?
Yes, I had a wonderful night.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
indeed.
Great, but you know, I'm just realizing, I'm like, what's so different? You got your glasses off.
Yes. I just started wearing the glasses itself. I wear contacts and anything, but when I came up here to Arizona, I had time to even go to the eye doctor. So I didn't get my contacts. I'm constantly wearing my glasses. That's why you guys see me with glasses most times, because you know I don't have my contacts on me. So that's all.
Oh, I know that struggle, honey. I got my contacts. Without them, I'm miserable because I hate putting on my glasses.
Yeah.
But you can rock them. The look, you can rock either look. So you know it works. Yeah. It works. I just kept staring at the picture like, what is this? He get a haircut? I'm like, oh, damn, it's no glasses on.
That's right. Yeah. I'd rather not wear glasses, but yeah, as soon as I get these contacts in, you won't see these glasses rarely ever.
Yeah, but out there in that Arizona desert, though, be careful because that dust, in your lenses.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
those glasses look at it. People say, man, your glasses are all scratched up. Yeah, I'm in the desert a lot. So
you out there. You out there. Oh my God. God bless you. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. So for those that have noticed the scroll bar that is underneath the screen in front of you, that is information. It's a public tip line to call 1-803. Ooh. That got away from me.
844.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The 844.
I was looking at the hearts in the chat. I'm sorry. Let me see.
Oh,
Give me
there
some
was
more
a
of those
hearts in the
hearts.
chat.
Those
Yeah,
are
everybody's
beautiful.
good. Some more hearts.
Give them
Absolutely.
up. Yeah. Here
But
we
yeah,
go.
there is a public tip line. Yeah, 803 200.
7994. 7994.
And then there's an anonymous tip line as well.
803
There should be
602 0660.
the anonymous tip line and also the tip line. It should be just one number. I have
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an 844 number. It's 844-602-0660. So you change that the 803 to 844, and then you'll have that.
Oh, sure.
Right.
I can do that.
And then 803-200-7994. That is my number. Where if anybody want to get in contact with me.
That's yours. Okay.
Right. But that tip line is definitely ran.
Beautiful chat.
It's a 24-hour hotline. You can call anytime to leave an anonymous tip, or if you just want to leave a tip. Also, if you don't want to just talk to anybody, you can actually text the word tip to that number, and it'll take you to that to the form where you can still remain anonymous if you like. So
beautiful.
So people can do it that way. It's a service that I pay for that will get the tips where it need to go at.
That's awesome.
Right.
Don't even have to
so that number is that number once again is 844-602-0660. Gotcha.
That is correct.
All
that
right.
is correct.
So now we'll put it up there right. How's that? We'll put it up there right.
Put it up there right now, John. Get it right.
Put it up there right. That's right. This is Q Square.
I've been using that 803 for a while now, and I think people was using that. And since I started paying for that service, we need to get to the proper tip, because people do want to remain anonymous. They only want me to know who they are. So if they don't want me to know who they are, they want to leave a tip. I'm fine with that too. And that tip would come to me anonymously or non-anonymously. So I'll be able to get it that way. That way I want to know who you are if you decide to give me a tip that is that you, like I said, you don't want to disclose who you are. Also, that went to my investigator. Still going to him currently. We still have a communication until I get another investigator on the team.
Okay. Oh, you just reminded me of something. If you can answer this, we all watched an update last night, and I've scoured this police report. I know John has 54 pages of this one that's on News Nation. Not a mention of any PCP or any drugs, but all of a sudden that's in the news, and it caused an uproar in here last night. So I just want to know if you want to address that at all.
I really do. I was in an uproar. So,
yeah, I bet.
One of the things that bothered me at the time, and I discussed that with my investigator. News Nation did call me and ask me to do a live interview with them. Of course, I did many before. I really like the way their reporting is. So, of course, I was doing it with them. Very great people that I work with News Nation. So, on the live, of course, I'm in a virtual green room, and I hear the reporting about some PCP coming from, this is even a word coming from my investigator. So I'm in the back green room in shock at all. Like, what the heck is going on? And then they bring me on, of course, end up asking me about that. The way I handled that, because I didn't hear, that's the first time I ever heard that in my life, a possibility with my son. Everybody come up with theories. I just took it as a theory that my investigator had. Everybody have after 6 months, of course, we're gonna have all kind of theories. We have to make theories. We have to come up with something.
But damn, Jeff, you ain't supposed to let it out like that.
So I immediately got off the call, off the interview, and I called him up hot, like a hot fire.
Yeah.
And and it wasn't because first of all, and I've been honest how I really said it to him. First of all, that's not a black person's choice of drugs. I had to say it that way.
Straight up.
Nah, that's a bit funny, but that's the truth.
It is true.
First of all, but I understand where you came from. You explained it to me.
Not the norm.
We talked about it. Sometimes people buy marijuana and they use that. It's legal here in
Somebody
Arizona.
lace it or something.
And somebody could have laced it. That's how you kind of described it. So I kind of dismissed it until I heard it from the Rolling Stone article. And that's when I really got really hot. So I decided to, when I talked to my investigator, I explained to him, it's a difference between your theories. If you come up with a theory that you might want to check out, I'm fine with that. Because like I was saying, I'm open-minded to any possibility about my son. Sometimes, you know, you want to believe everything. When we get older, like for instance, my mom's, I've been raised up apostolic. I've been raised up very strong Christian. Some things I do now, my mama definitely don't approve of. So the thing is, you know, we never know what people do when they get older. So the thing is, like I say, I have to put the possibilities out there, but that is something you don't tell the public. I like, look, you know, you investigator. I say from now on, you know, hey, look, don't do any more interviews. If you have a theory, just do an investigative work. Check your theories out. See if it comes, you know, bounce up to something. But if you say things in the media as an investigator, people would take it and run with it and say, that's probably what happened. You know, no, it's a theory. Theories is not facts. It's a theory. It's a working theory that he's checking out to see if it's factual. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to understand that it's two things from theories to facts. Now, mind you, I did have the issue with the so-called federal law enforcement agent. So, you know, according to him, his testimony would say that I know about drugs. Now I know the reason why he said this, though. But he said your son didn't have any drugs on him because, trust me, I would have known. I know I'm an expert with marijuana. That's how he put it. I was seeing it. No, he wasn't high. I ain't seen the smell nothing. You know, that's the stuff he said. Now, mind you, his credibility has been shot because some latest things that I found out while I was at home with my family that disturbed me. You know, and so
he bothers me too. He bothers my spirit. I can't lie, David. The one that was shooting, right?
Yes, his credibility been shot. It's kind of ironic saying that, but yeah, his credibility has been damaged because
I did not have a good feeling about that man. Ooh,
Yes.
And
so
I saw the picture. I almost forgot the picture we were just looking at with him with the police brutality. I swear to God, my gut instinct was like, holy shit. Cops don't forget. That's all I'm gonna say. They don't forget.
You know, and that's what's with the community here. The Black community is very small in Arizona, and one of their concerns is some type of retaliation because my son decided to stand up against
yes,
right, and that's something I stand up against police brutality.
Absolutely,
and I'm proud of my son for believing in something. You know, saying he's not part of any movements or anything like that, but he's a Black man. He's a Black man. And whenever
a highly identifiable one,
right, and you have to stand up for it's right. And I taught my children that way: stand up for what you believe is right, and you do that.
Yeah, they could have easily. I mean, even if they didn't necessarily do the foul play, they could have realized this is the person in need of help, but this is the person that also stood up against us back in May. Maybe we won't help him.
Right.
Maybe we'll look the other way. I mean, I don't know. I'm just being a mama right now.
Yes, and all that kind of thoughts do come across the head, and I try to, not being accusatory. I guess the word I don't know the word is used for that, but accuse someone. And but at the same time, because of that dynamic from what my son has, that's why I really don't put the picture out there that much in the media. But it's always, like I said, I look at every aspect, whether it's some type of cover up to
you have to
whatever. So I'm looking at every aspect. Some people don't want to question police. I do. I even in my mind investigate the police if I have to.
They're only human. Look at this lady. Remember,
like we do.
We just had Miss Taser. They do make mistakes.
Yes, they do.
Somebody needs to question them. Amen.
So I feel like they should do it. If you got a 9-to-5 job and a fat to work out there, busting his tail every day, sweating and dead tired when he come off from work, the same way police should be every day when they investigate these crimes and investigating missing people. They should, at the end of the day, say go home and lay in their bed is wasted. They can't wait till vacation time come up. But if you got a leisure job where you just fill out paperwork every day, you can tell a family, hey, I'm doing everything I can to find your loved one, and they're spending their days in a coffee shop drinking coffee or whatever they do, and hours, and then go back to the office and fill out some paperwork, or go to a little call and do some paperwork to call and leave and go to, that's not no real hard work. You know what I'm saying? No really diligent work. When I was in the military in Afghanistan and defending this country, we didn't get any sleep. They call it Zulu time. I ain't knew what a Zulu time was until I was over there, and all I know, we didn't get no sleep.
Right.
So, you be begging for sleep, and you don't get no sleep, you be dead exhausted. So until police officers is actually exhausted doing their work, I don't think you're really doing work. You're not really out there. You get taxpayers' money, and you need to use it. If you say you want to be an officer of the peace, then you need to do your job.
Do
you
your
need
damn
to
job.
Right.
Yes.
Tired after the end of the day.
Every single day. That's the fact.
So,
They should be like soldiers.
I'm just glad. Yeah, I'm just glad that we're able to to keep watch on both sides. Not just not just when these incidences occur, and we look at a crime, but we also have to take a look at what is monitoring the crime, what is responsible for reporting, what is responsible for holding people accountable of these crimes. So we're look at both sides of the fence to say, okay, if we've got people out there, if we got people out there that whose job is to protect and serve, then we have to keep an eye on them too, to make sure that they do their job.
That's it.
And anything that we find as a discrepancy in their job from doing their job, then we're going to hold them accountable and put their feet to the fire to say, hey, look, you overlooked in your report this particular item because we found it. You overlooked the crime scene with no tags on it because we found it. And so on and so on and so forth. So that's why we do what we do over here, is to keep an eye on their jobs and making sure that we hold what they do accountable. And
I appreciate you for that.
I'm just proud of that. Yeah.
And some people say they have a word out there that say, "Who polices the police? We police the police."
That's right.
So I appreciate what you're saying.
Exactly.
We are the people that should be policing the police.
It's true.
Citizens. Right.
It's true. It's right. That we have to hold them accountable.
That's right.
We have to.
Yeah.
And this makes this right here is not a good look. The way that they half-assed the report, drug their feet getting out there to check his apartment. They got the call from the rancher at 8:00, but they get their ass out there at 1 p.m. It just all looks like we ain't really tripping.
Yes.
And now, why would that be? Now that gives
you mess with the wrong person. I think I love my children. I love each and every one of them. They know I smile because they know what I say off camera to them. They know how I feel about them, and they know the streams I'll go to protect them. So and I express that to them often, all of them. And I have some children now, so I express it to my children, and that's what fathers do. When I speak from a father's perspective. I know mothers do too. I'm just speaking from a father's perspective right now. That the way I was raised up, that's what we do as men. We protect our family, whether I'm with their mother or not. We're divorced, but my children are still my children. They're my family, and
that's right.
They're mine. So when I say I'm mine, I know they're grown people, and they're my children.
Yes.
And so I'm responsible for them, whether they're old or not, older or not, they're still young people growing up trying to navigate life. So parents, we kind of shift from being total of just parents, like the baby kind of kid parent, to being more of a counselor and be a person that, guide them in life. So they should be coming to us and ask us questions, and we protect them and everything else. Hey, watch out for this. That's a lifelong journey as a parent. So,
yes, it is.
So.
Yes, it is. I teach my son every day. Every day I'm in his face. Let me tell you why this is important, child.
That's right.
One day you're gonna appreciate
It's
this.
a never-ending job. That's for sure.
That's right.
You know, no matter
If
how
you're
old
doing
they
it
are,
right.
no
Yeah.
matter how successful they become, where they go, what they do in life, you
That's
know,
right.
we are the baseline until, you know, God asks us to come home. And then, you know, it's going
Right.
to be their responsibility to do the same thing.
Yep.
I
That's
just
right.
Same
listened
thing.
to you
Yeah.
You know,
and your daughter today, John. And she was there. Matter of fact, tell her she was there on day 4 of the Summer Wells Marathon. That's when she brought you the pork
hmm
chops and rice and beans and everything. I
Yeah.
told you I've been
That's
living this
right.
marathon. And that was you and your
Oh,
baby
yeah,
girl. She
that's
said,
right.
yeah, she came to make her daddy some food because
That's
he's been
right.
trying to help this missing baby.
Oh
And he
wow.
couldn't even cook for himself. So she came over and cooked Sunday dinner or
That
brought Sunday dinner over. It was awesome.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got to
Yeah.
look
It was
out
a,
for our
a
parents
pleasant
too.
surprise.
I know you was
hmm
happy. That was making you feel good.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely happy. Definitely.
David, he didn't
You
offer
know,
me not
and
no pork chop.
no,
Well,
I
his
didn't get a
daughter, she
bite.
made it
no, I
well.
didn't offer anybody.
He gonna put us on. Let me mute. She gonna use my computer. Oh, we know he went to eat those pork chops.
Yeah. Y'all tried to keep me talking knowing that I was chewing. That's what happened. Yeah.
It's all
So
about family and love.
I
It
said,
is.
okay, that's it. That's it. Nah,
It's a
that's the
beautiful
truth.
thing.
That's the truth.
You have
But
Davisha
for
and you have your son that was
Divisha,
on
Yes,
Davisha.
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 Divisha,
Yes.
right?
Well, it's supposed to be Davisha name.
Divisha. Okay.
And then your son that's been on the news with you. You said you have a lot of kids though. Are there
Yes,
more?
he's the oldest. He's named after me. He's the third though. Well,
Oh, he's
we
the
named
third.
my dad, but he's the third. I'm the second, of course, and he's the oldest. And we have well, Davish and Letitia. They're the twins. They're twin girls.
Oh, twin
Um,
girls.
yeah, and they're the middle child children, and then
And
there's
Daniel,
Daniel.
he
Right,
was the baby.
he's the baby in that marriage.
Okay.
I have a small daughter too. Well, younger daughter. She's 14.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she's
Hmm.
growing up in life right now.
A different marriage. Okay, got it.
Right.
He'll be
Different
the
marriage.
baby
Okay.
of okay. Aw. Nice crew. A twin. He had twins. He has twin sisters. Oh
Yes,
my
he
God.
do.
Look at that. Wow.
There was their
That's,
majors were of course my son, the oldest. I forgot what RJ was doing. Well, we call him RJ. I can't remember his major at the time. He changed it so many times. But the twins, one was archaeology and the other was marine
Oh.
biology. Fourth
Oh,
one, geology.
wow.
right.
And
They all in the ologies.
and that
What did
was
you do?
food engineering. Said it one time.
I said, what did you do? They all in the ologies.
Yeah,
All the
they
kids.
this science. I laugh. Like I say, we have a really close family, and we have conversations. So we have our little clique. So people, if you all would hear us in the conversation, and you outside just listening in, it'll go with all the scientific basic stuff, and
Wow.
we'll break down whatever we're talking about. We'll break it down. First, if a dog rolling his back, we'll tell the reason why
That's
the dog is
crazy.
rolling on his back from a science perspective. You know,
Yeah.
so we like nerds. We like a bunch of nerds in the
Interesting
conversation.
family. That's cool. I'd like to be a fly on the wall. Is that what you did in the service? Something like
Oh no,
that?
no, I was a combat engineer in the military.
Oh, okay. That's interesting as heck. A whole black family of ologists. That's
Yeah.
rare.
Ologist,
It's
yes.
beautiful. Ologists. That's awesome. Before David leaves, I want to share my screen real quick,
Okay.
John, and I want to just show off. Speaking of the geologists in the family, because
Yeah.
I don't know anything about geology, so I had to really rack my brain and my heart and the internet and find an image that I thought would portray it, and I was really happy with what I found that I put on the hoodie. And I just want to show everybody who hasn't clicked the link yet what
Yeah.
his hoodie looks like. I told them about our conversation, David, that your main objective was not to profit, but to get these
That's right.
images out here, get his face out there. So
Yes.
we got free shipping for them, and the hoodies are only $40. And there have been a couple that sold. So just to let you know that it's working and it's gonna work out.
That's a
I won't
blessing.
have it any other way.
Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Let me just show y'all this beautiful, beautiful hoodie, and I made a mug as well. Have you seen the mug?
Not yet. I haven't seen a mug at all.
I know you've been busy. That's why I want to show you while we got you real quick. Okay, John, I'm ready.
Oh, you ready now? Okay, good.
But my battery is like, plug me up. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I had that plug issue also. Charge my battery up.
And it will die on us. Like it tells you one time and then it's a wrap. I should have plugged it up before I started. Okay, hold on. I don't understand these devices. It costs all this darn money and the battery want to last for an hour. Okay. That's my screen. All right, here we go. So you guys, me and the
That's you.
mods been dropping this link for Daniel's merch. The money goes to the family's GoFundMe. Yes, you can donate directly to the family and they get every dime. If you go through the store, the benefit is you get to put his name and his face in your town. Y'all know how we do it. Just like we did for summer. I love this image. What you think, David?
Yes, I like that
That's,
too.
that's terrific. That is
We shine
terrific.
the light. I wanted his name to kind of hover in that light, almost like when you call out for Superman or Batman in the sky.
That's right. That's right.
Right. And then, of course, Geologist. So we got the mountain, the rock. He's got his tools on, his little lamp light on his head. Please help find Daniel.com is his website at the bottom of the front of the hoodie and on the back. Y'all know how we do. We got the missing poster with all the relevant information because this is about awareness. We want to be cute
right.
too, but yeah, we want the info out there.
Yeah, people need to see
Anything-
that. Yes.
I was going to say anything about this at all that you want to change, David?
I don't see anything. Can you scroll down to the bottom of that if you go
Bottom
down?
of this one?
Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just the website again.
Oh, there you go. Yes, like that. Yes.
That's the back. So that's, you standing in line at the gas station trying to pay for your little petrol and somebody's behind you reading all this good information. That's my thought process anyway.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. And then there's a little t-shirt. That's the women's t-shirt. I'm going to make a classic tee. I thought I did, but it's the same design. Got the missing on the back. And the front is the same. I love it on that blue. And then the mug is really just kind of just in his honor.
Yeah.
This
I
is
like that too. Yes.
right? Just to honor him. Because he looks like he loves life and he loves to live.
He loved that nature.
Yeah,
too. When I see that picture, I think about he loved this desert thing. He just he liked that stuff. So I really realized he actually loved what he decided to do. So
That's so beautiful.
At his apartment and his rock collection, and he really loves geology.
That's so awesome. To do what you love is everything. And get paid for it, man.
Oh yeah, they get paid for it. So.
Now, was he? Because it almost looks like he's in like Saudi Arabia or something. There's a lady sitting in the background. Was he in the States?
I think that was in. I want to say Colorado. He did take some pictures in Colorado, but if not, he was here in Arizona. So.
Okay.
Yes.
I kind of thought she was a sheik for a minute. I had to zoom in. I said, no, it's just a regular lady. That is it. I just wanted to make sure you got your eyeballs on it. I know you've been busy.
Yeah, I need to get to your page too. I need to get on there and look at it.
It's in your text message when you get a chance.
Okay.
I sent you the link.
Okay.
Because I know you said you wanted to see it, but you've been busy. So right after we got off the phone, I sent you the link to the channel.
Okay.
It's in there. If you don't have it, I'll send it again. Don't worry. I won't let you lose me.
Right.
I got money to give you.
I know where to find you. I'm sure
You do know where to find
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And if you can't find me, John can. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So
Oh
we're
yeah,
here for you.
yeah,
We are.
and we're tightly connected. That's for sure.
Thank you, Tanya. I love the hoodie too. And all the prices are lower, much
Yeah,
lower than when we did this for summer. Because we sold so many units for summer, Teespring lowered my price per unit so I can offer lower prices too. So the whole store is a lot less expensive. Not that it was so expensive, but it's probably about a 15% drop, which is awesome.
I heard you speaking about Summer. Is that a young lady? Did they
Summer,
find her? Oh,
they didn't find her yet. Summer is
oh,
our
wow.
little 5-year-old baby girl that's been
Okay.
missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, only about a week longer than Daniel. She went missing on the 15th of June.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yep.
man.
Yep. And we didn't even know. He went missing right after, but we were so caught up in Rogersville, we didn't really hear about Daniel for probably till later
right.
on in the month. But they went missing about the same time. From her own basement, is what they tell us. The parents
That name
don't
sounds
know.
really familiar. I think Miss Q. I think you did mention her to me,
I'm
but
sure he did. Yeah, that's
yeah,
our
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
oh, yeah.
Summer
yep.
Wells is her name. So
So
we did a big old
Summer Wells.
marathon and helped raise her reward fund in October. We actually got $32,000 for that baby.
That's I can remember.
Hmm.
I think I remember you telling me that part. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Okay,
yeah,
now
it
it's
went
starting to
really
make sense.
well. Yeah,
Wow.
and we want to help get as much as we can for Daniel too. I mean, it's not about the money for me; it's about the awareness.
The awareness, right?
You
Yes.
need money to spread awareness, so you got to keep it real with yourself. You know what I mean? So, and I ain't afraid to ask for no money. Never have been. My mama said they can't say number yes or no.
That's true. I know
Yeah,
that from
that's
my
it.
dad. The bitch say the same thing. He said, "Yeah, don't think say is no."
That's it. Go on and ask.
That's right.
So
That's it.
we want to help as many people as we can, and I really want to see your baby come home. I just want you to know that.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate
That's the main part.
Yep.
it. Yeah, I just have this
That is
faith
the
in
main part.
it's going to happen. God have His reason for everything, and I really believe that even out of this whole thing, I was learning myself about other families, like you said, Summer Wells and
Yeah.
some of the other families that
Jelani
I
Day.
Jelani Day, yes,
Yeah.
and, just the families that have to go through exactly what my family had to go through. So
Right.
it's a lot of people that don't even get an opportunity to even get on anybody's platform uh,
Right.
to even somebody to hear about their family members. So I really think about them all the time, and
Yeah.
I. I don't wish this on nobody's family because it's rough. It has its rough moments. I'm a guy who I'm
I
not a
agree.
crying guy. You won't see me boo-hoo and crying and stuff like that. But I have pain. I have pain. My family
Yeah.
have pain.
Yeah,
And the pain I have the most is watching my family
Right.
express their pain. You know what I'm saying
And you
about
can't fix
what's
it.
going on. So yeah, and it
Yeah.
puts a lot of pressure to say, hey, you know what? I need. I, you know, I'm. You know, we need to find Daniel. So
Right.
and
Well, that's because you're a real man. You want to fix the problem, and
yeah,
this is one you just can't fix. You
yes,
just got to keep working at it, but you can't fix it and make it go away.
right.
That's not easy to accept as a soldier. I'm hoorah. I'm Air Force, so I feel you on that. We want to complete the mission.
Right. Yes. Mission first. Yes. And
Yes.
that's one thing that
that's
helped me
right.
out a lot. That is that training. That training helped me out. First of all, God, I'm gonna give Him the glory first
Amen.
because I
Amen.
know without Him, I don't have that strength. However, at the same time, my training, the way I approached it when I got in that car and started headed this way in Arizona, my son became my mission. He came
Yeah.
my mission. I came out of my retirement, and my mission is to find my son. Don't leave anybody behind.
Right.
And the mission come first. I had to put
Yeah.
my feelings aside, stay level-headed. That's the only way I
Right.
can go toe-to-toe with this Buckeye Police Department. That's only way I can
Right.
put pressure on them. That's the only way I can actually look at the evidence. That's the only way I can even be not put my biased feelings into it. I can
Yeah.
actually be clear-headed and
Yeah.
listen to people that say, "Hey, look, this is my theory.
Right.
Let's talk about that." So the only way I can do all of that and keep my composure is to use those trainings that I have and
Yes.
trust God. That's it. And to
Yes.
think about the fact that I love my son. So
You
that's
gotta
what keeps me going.
Yeah, because if you lose it, then that's it. It's a wrap.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be good to nobody. I wouldn't be good
Exactly.
for Daniel.
Yeah.
I get all emotional and and not being able to function.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be good for my son. And like I said, I refuse to be that guy calling the Buckeye Police Department every day, asking them what they have done. And hey, you been out there looking for my son? No, I want to see you out there
That
looking
part.
for my son. I'm not going to just take your word for anything.
And you
So
gonna
I'm
know
not that
because you
guy.
out there.
Right. I had to be here to see.
Yeah.
That is me as a father. Until my son is found, I just can't rest to
Right.
put that burden on somebody else. Somebody, hey, look, just going by what they tell me, and I just can't do it. I just can't do
I
it.
know it. I know it because you a real one. Because we know some parents that's sitting on their ass right now, just waiting on everybody else to do it, and then they're complaining about how it's getting done. Okay, so I salute you for real.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
A
And
real
thank you,
salute.
Mr. Q, and thank you, Ms. Carlock. I really
Yes.
appreciate
Yes.
you both, Mr. Q, your level-headedness and your compassion, Ms. Carlock.
Yeah, because I'm not level headed. I'll cuss their ass out.
Oh, you level-headed too. But Mr. Q is a little more than most of us. So he's a sessional level-headedness. That's the kind of way.
I do. Yeah, I
way
do
he
know
thinks.
when to whip it out. I do. I'm pretty good about that. But I will go off. Okay, especially about my babies.
Yeah, you're a mother, so of course.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a problem. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, ooh, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it. I mean, you tell me my baby walked off and became a monk, I'ma slap the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, that's something, man. Every time I
Yeah.
think about that, that was very, yeah.
It was disrespectful. They should have
It
never
was
said
just to say, yeah, very disrespectful.
that.
If a person could think they can actually
Yeah.
literally look in your face and say that.
Yeah.
That time I was too. It's funny. I say I don't get into my emotions, but at that time I think I was actually emotional.
You was
I
fresh.
couldn't move. I saw that vehicle. I'm beyond with you. It froze me. It froze me. I couldn't
bet.
move. I was like I was
Yeah.
tased or
You
something.
stuck. Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
stuck. Couldn't
Yeah.
move at all, and it was shocking. It was shocking to see
That's
that vehicle
okay.
for the
A
first
little
time.
shell shock. Then you took
Yeah.
your deep breaths, you regrouped, you remembered your training, and you was right back at it.
That's right. Yes.
That's all
Yeah.
good.
Yep. That's
It's
how
all
it comes
good.
together. And
Yeah.
because when I first saw the photograph,
Y'all stop laughing at me.
just that one photograph that you looked at, I said, my goodness. I said, what happened to this vehicle?
Yeah.
And knowing that it was, someone who was driving it, and then following the story, and Miss Q was giving me the information regarding the story as we were doing the marathon, I was shaking my head from left to right. I said, oh my goodness. I says, I'm imagining and feeling
Right.
being in your shoes, looking at
Right.
that picture, what went through your mind, what raced through
What
your
happened to
body and
my
everything,
baby?
because I know what I would have said, and forget about it. I mean, I would have temporarily lost it.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
again, you come out of it because now you want to know the why. You want to
That's
know
right.
what happened,
Right.
That's right.
and you want to get to the end of the story as
You
quickly as you
also
can.
can't be out here as an
especially.
angry black man. You can't.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
That's
That's
right.
another thing I had an issue with, and a lot of
Yep.
people don't understand why I like to come on certain platforms sometimes, so I can try to be myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
sometimes when I'm on interviews, it make it feel like it's not okay for me to, um, come off like I'm angry.
Yeah.
And,
Bullshit.
But
You
I
got
am
every
angry.
right to be
I am
angry.
angry in a lot of cases. Yeah, I'm very angry, especially when I
Yes.
hear, and that's why I stopped reading the report. If people ask me today,
Yeah.
say, "Hey, look, did you read that last report?" No. The
Right.
reason why I don't, because I know the facts on the ground. I
Right.
know what they did and they didn't do. I was there. I was here from day one. And when I
Mhm.
read certain things they say they did, for instance, even when they say, "Hey, look, we work with outside sources, whatever, outside agencies, whatever." What agencies? They never contacted me. I never saw them. I'm a family member here on the ground. You
Right.
know,
Where they
um,
at?
so it's certain things when I read certain things and I hear people and the reporters and they come back with it. Those type things angers me. It angers me. It makes me frustrated. because I see how they play word games. You can write something to make it sound like something else, but really
you
it's
can.
not that. We did searches, but things like that. But it's word games. They play a lot of word games with the public. The public buy into it, and it frustrates me. It frustrates me a whole.
Yep, because they will buy into it. I mean, I told you about the creator that when I was discussing the case with another creator, it was a third creator that came in and said, "Oh yeah, he got weird with the girl. I'll send you the report." And it was like, "Yo, bro, I got the report." And she was weird too. You know what I'm saying? I see shit differently. And Kaylin didn't look right to me from the jump, nor did Ken, nor this strange person who was shooting where he shouldn't have been. That could also be one of the last people to see Daniel. Like, don't just chop stuff up because you hear a little narrative. We should all know better by now. Depending on who's telling the story, that's the narrative you're going to get. But for me, if I'm talking to a father who's boots on the ground like you are, that police report can go straight to hell.
Exactly. And
Right.
that's how I feel about it, right? And that's why I'm really. I was about to go over here and reach this poster board. I just don't have time.
Right.
I have poster boards. I write my own report. I write my own timeline, and I'm going to do a whole video. Hopefully, be on your show.
Hell
to
yeah.
do a whole video of my timeline, everything I've done, what I have, versus then on the other sheet would be the Buckeye Police Department's report, and now we're gonna compare some things.
Hell
and then that way you guys can really see what I'm talking about.
Right.
You can see the consistencies. You can see that some of what I believe. I'm gonna say it just where I'm saying for the reason what I believe to be lies, and cover ups for whatever reason. My opinion. And so I'm going to put the timelines in that everything I know of that's factual on the ground. Not only do I have everything I collected as backup, backup, and trust me, I make many copies, so they're everywhere. Backups, things like that, so I can show people, look, if you sit back, and I'm telling you this, and I'm saying to anybody who ever get a missing person in the future, which I hope it never happens.
Right.
But if you sit back and you rely on somebody else to investigate your person's being missing, and you're not actively involved in that thing, it'll be just like any other family that's out there right now. And I'm not putting nothing against their family. And I'm not saying anything hurtful, not meaning to anyway, against any family. But that person become another statistic.
Right.
That's another missing person that would never be found over 20 years, 30 years, or whatever. Only because if you don't push these people to do the right thing at the get-go, or if they like Buckeye, they didn't do it at the get-go, but if you don't continue to stay on there behind, in other words I really like to use, they won't do anything. They'll just mark it off, throw it into the file somewhere, come back and look at it here and there, and your person, while they're doing all that, your person's been gone for a long time.
Right.
So while I got it fresh and hot on the pan, I'm going to continue to push Buckeye Police Department to do what they're supposed to be doing. You're going to spend some money on my son. I'm telling you that now.
That's right, because this is a criminal investigation. That means you should be getting search warrants and everything, which they can't do because they haven't pushed that button yet.
And that's it. And it costs them a little bit of money. But they have enough money to get a rebuttal investigator, another opinionated accident reconstruction when I already have one. Just to say what they want that investigator to say. So I mean, they can find money for whatever they want to use their money for, instead of taking that same money and I've sent them an invite before that and asked them to come to my search to help me while we out there finding remains and things like that. They take their money and use it for that instead of come out taking their drones that they claim they have and they helicopter or whatever, put some gas in the helicopter to come out there to my searches. That's why I'm inviting them out on the 15th, and everybody should know that. Y'all need to put pressure on them to come back out. Make sure they say they come out like they say they coming, and they need to put the list out tonight so you guys know what I'm asking for, because it ain't gonna cost them a dime. You know what I'm saying? Some things I got set up for them, it don't gonna cost them a dime, so they can't come out there to help me when it costs them little to no money. Then they'll pay you something right there. So they need to be out there to these searches, search these areas that they didn't search, and don't stop doing all the little photo ops for the public to say they did searches they didn't do. And come out there and really do some real police work. And I'm forcing their hands. I'm not only forcing their hands, but like Mr. Q said, if they saying that's the direction Daniel's vehicle is traveling. I was smiling because I just thought about something that works on my behalf. Because
Mhm.
the area that you was pointing at, Mr. Q, if they said it on the map, this is the direction he was traveling from, then they're coming across BLM lands. Because
That's right.
going out west that way, that is BLM lands, Bureau of Land Management. I said it to my
Right.
family, they said, that's Black Lives Matter land. No, I said that's BLM. But I said, that's federal land.
Federal
So
land. That's
that
right.
means if they saying they came across federal land, then the federal agency need to be there. If
Yes.
they go a little bit further north, like you're saying, going out towards that area where the power station is, that is Maricopa County. So there's a lot of islands out there. It kind of spread in little spots, who control what. So he went across all three of those areas. That's just why I'm putting out that letter to not just Buckeye, but to everybody, because Daniel could have that vehicle could have crossed their property line. So they need to be out there too. All of them need to be out there searching for my son to get these clues.
They should have
Right.
been out
Now,
there on
that
the
was the
23rd.
information. That was the information that you had put in the December 27th letter. And I read that letter, and it is very well put together in a very succinct way, requesting this is what you need, and this is who needs to be out there. And it was just very well written, I have to say. So,
I did send it to you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I can't remember that either.
Yeah, no, yes, you did. I wanted to also ask you, because I know that we want to get this to the state police,
That's
and
right.
we also want to try to make a connection. I was, thinking about it. I said, this needs to be on the table. Also to have this information to be made aware of by the county city morgue in Phoenix. So that this way they're made aware of your search efforts out there in the desert. They're also made aware that there is an open police investigation on this case, and they need to check their records to see if they have any John Does that have been listed for the month of June, July, and August that came into their office that they were unable to identify because they had no identification present on their persons.
Right.
And so I've got that information, and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
And so that this way you have that, and they can get a copy of that letter addressed to the police chief of Buckeye. And that will also tie in with the Phoenix State Police as well. So we're going to let them know that you're going to be out there on the 15th, and
That's
that they
right.
need to, they need to be made aware of that. And if they are, and when they are, then this way you have pretty much covered a huge, massive effort on the 15th that's going to encompass something to really come out of this, either from the search efforts or from the contacts that are made based upon that letter that you've written. So that's what I'm following up on, and we'll talk about.
I was just about to
talk
say,
a
I'm
little bit more about
with
that.
you when we get on.
You know that. You know me.
What size are you, David? Large?
Oh
Or
yes,
extra
large.
large?
Yeah, large.
Yeah, Dave's a large. Yeah, definitely. He got the shoulders for it.
Yeah, I see.
I used to be an extra large. Being here, I left my family, my little baby daughter. Yeah, definitely large would be good for me. I say
large.
muscle wise, some of my muscle kind of shrunk though. But
I say, I know. I see.
out here in that desert working, I'm telling you, working that desert. Oh my gosh, it's been really hard on your body. I'll tell you
I
like that.
bet.
Yeah,
But you know, it'll keep you in shape. You know what I
It
mean?
does,
It'll keep you
yeah.
tight.
That's right.
You'll have that summer body when it comes
Oh,
back.
I'm waiting on that.
You look like you're in the best shape of your life, and that smile, try to keep it.
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
have.
I know it's
Definitely.
hard. I know it's hard, but it's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful, and it's nice to see you. Every time you smile like that, it's just like, man, you guys, when you think you got it hard, you got to remember somebody's always got it harder.
That's
And if he
right.
can smile, with this smile on his face,
Mhm.
with everything he's
Yeah.
going through, we got to find a
Thank
way
you.
to just be grateful.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And definitely.
You're welcome.
And every time you do smile, I see Daniel.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yes,
yeah.
I do. Yes, I do.
You haven't lost one bit of hope. You may
Yeah,
feel
I
like
see
it.
that while y'all talking, I keep this in front of me just
See?
to look at it.
Nice. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So
You're not
we're
gonna give
going.
up.
No, we're just getting started.
That's right.
That's right.
We're just getting started.
Yep.
So, with
Yep.
that said, I know that we spent close to 3 hours.
Hours.
Wow, I told you.
Yeah. And,
That's what happens, especially if you try to get a question in. That's why I said we'll split it up a little bit, but we just love talking to you, and
Yes.
I like to hear you talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have questions all day, but maybe you just have things you want to get off your chest, and we want to be
Yes.
here for that too.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes, Ben, I apologize for that. I get to go on.
No, don't you dare. You are more than welcome
No.
to do that. More than welcome.
That's right.
Only
'Cause
reason
that's why-
John seems a little, sometimes he's kind of like, hey, because he's doing that for you. He's not rushing you. He just doesn't want to hold you too long.
Exactly. I'm very time conscious, and Miss Q knows that. Anytime we go live, we are very time conscious, especially when we're covering something as important as this case,
That's right.
and the cases that we've been handling previous to this. So when it comes down to making sure that we cover our bases, we want to be also considerate of time factors, which
For you.
obviously are very important. Exactly.
Right.
Mhm.
Or less.
Thank
We're
you
not
so
the media. You don't get 10 minutes and we got to get to the next one. We can talk all day if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About Daniel at that.
Thank
He
you.
can matter that
Yeah.
much here.
Yes. So we send our love and to you and your family. We're
Yes,
right
we do.
behind you. Matter of fact, we're side by side, shoulder to shoulder.
That's right.
When you walk, we're there with you, and
Thank you.
and God is with us all.
Yeah.
I
And
appreciate
remember what
Absolutely.
John said, if you need to get anything out like ASAP, you reach out to network with everybody, but we're here for you, like literal little robots. If you say, hey, let them know this, we're going to let them know that. You want to do it now, we're going to do
Right
it now.
away.
And it's not,
Right
and
away.
it's just
Mhm.
because we want to help. Yeah.
And thank you all to the chats. I see everybody.
See the
things
love?
like that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, when you get free time, go back through the Q squareds that we've done with you and just look at the chat. Just look at the
Okay.
love and support that you have. That's all.
I
'Cause
appreciate
it's
that.
out
Yeah.
here, and that might make you feel good.
It always does. I'm smiling now. Look at us.
That's awesome. We love you, David. Thank you, thank you, thank
Yes,
you.
I
And
love you
I'll
too.
text you and work out our Q&A, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and sharing and giving us what we need, to keep a forward motion on this case. We'll get there, and we'll get there together. I have very good feelings about the next event that you're about to participate in, because I see certain things falling into place that's going to give us the information that we're looking for, and that's to find Daniel.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they're going to have to shit or get off the pot. That's another
Yeah.
little country saying right
That's
there.
a nice way of saying it too.
It's time. Can I please
Absolutely.
see hashtag Daniel Robinson in the chat, you guys, as we let Mr. David out of here to get some rest for the night? Show him some love. Say his name, Daniel Robinson.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Yes. And so we're going to wrap up tonight's live. Thank you all for coming for a special Q Squared Live with Mr. Robinson. And we have definitely covered some real good information tonight, especially from
Excellent.
last night's live. We did the deep dive, and now we've been blessed to have Mr. Robinson with us tonight to not only give us an update, but to also share with us the family love that he has,
Thank you,
and
guys.
the faith and hope that we find Daniel and get him home as soon as possible.
Yes.
That's right.
Amen. Amen.
Absolutely. All
Thank
right,
you,
y'all.
everybody in the chat. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Keep saying his name. Hit the like, hit the share. Tell somebody about Daniel Robinson. Oh, and buy a hoodie. Buy a mug.
Yes.
Love you, John.
All right, Miss Q.
Home.
Yes, we are going home.
Let's go.
You got it.
Listen, y'all made my day really well. It's been very, very positive. But then you're gonna, pop out in the wrong way.
Break it down.
Don't feel bad about that.
Take your power of attention and go to Q squared.
Nothing makes sense. Period. We know we got people in the shadows.
Someplace else with it. Break it
Go
down.
with my people.
Period.
It ain't hard to do the math. What the realest, and you know they in your head. It's Q squared. Every damn case we try to crack, we take a lot of feedback from the chat. You know it's Q squared. It ain't a secret, and you know just where we at. You know it's Q squared. That's John Q, Miss Q. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Q squared. The one and only, the incomparable, the one with foresight, strength.
I didn't hide that shit.
I bring you Miss Q.
And Mr. John Q.
Holding it down.
You hear something come from Q's mouth, and you say Q said it. Period.
Let's get it.
Y'all know what time it is, right?